Do you remember your dreams? What would life be like if we couldn't dream? In a universe with an abundance of possibilities, what's holding you back? Sometimes I don't want to wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
I'm sorry.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the Filthy Capitalist option. As Sorry says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get matched down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at itsorry@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is a community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/VinandSorry. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sorry and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch, indeed, a child shall lead them.
To buy our merch.
Yes, dear listener, yes, dear listener, yes, dear listener. We are back with our special guests.
Dopest.
The dopest. You guys actually have a YouTube account, don't you? You and your sister?
Yeah, we used to.
You guys aren't doing it anymore?
Do you guys? Well, I mean, I don't want. We could talk after.
We'll talk about
All
that.
right, we'll litigate it after. Dear listener, you guys were here yesterday when the crime.
But I do have my own channel, my own personal channel.
The crime that was committed by Kendrick Lamar. It was kind of like a 25%, or I don't know, like black on black crime that happened yesterday with Kendrick Lamar. I said 25%
Who did you diss
because
black?
Huh?
Who did you diss black?
Say again?
Come on, bro. Aubrey Tabor Graham, Mr. Anita Maxwell is not black.
Are we just waiting for Kendrick to drop? I don't know. Hey fam, I got y'all to say now is it's rough for Jake on Twitter. I like this. Hey, Anthony Park. This man said, hey.
Uncomfortable.
It's rough. It's rough on Twitter. Okay. All right. Shout out to Anthony Park. Shout out to all my beautiful people in Rumble. Share, comment, subscribe. If you're on Twitter and you're watching this on Twitter, we are the only reaction channel that are streaming full, unedited songs and movies from the Twitter platform.
Right now.
So what we need you to do is retweet this, and then if you retweet it and you send us a screenshot, you get put into a drawing for a free reaction, or a free hoodie, a free shirt, a free coffee mug, whatever.
A lot of prizes.
Our previous winner went by the name of Tina Benina, and so she's got a song coming up completely and totally free of charge. Okay, now nobody wants to hear about that. What you guys want to hear about is the fact that our friend Aubrey, what's his name? Aubrey Graham?
Aubrey Tabor Graham.
Aubrey Teddy Bear Graham, also known as Drake. Him and another individual by the name of Kendrick Lamar have gotten into a little jihad. Kendrick dropped, what was it, 616 in Toronto? And then it was Meet the Grams.
We had 616 LA, Meet the Grams, and then Not Like Us.
The 616 in Toronto has a remix that's better than the original, and it wasn't Drake who was rapping on it.
LA.
So you guys can put that together and come to your own
saying
conclusions.
Toronto.
Because that was the song. It was something 4 a.m. in Toronto or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And one of the greatest rappers alive did a remix on that song.
Who?
So I'll let you know. You've heard the song before. It starts off, I was never taught I was a slave. Okay.
What?
All right, guys, here we go.
That was that one?
Here we go. Here is Drake, the Heart Part 6. He is responding to Kendrick Lamar. Let's go.
Wait, before we do, let's just break down the title. For people who are not Kendrick fans, Kendrick has a series called The Heart. The most recent was The Heart Part 5, and it's a very, at least from The Heart Part 5 was very personal thing with the black community. So it's a thing that Drake lets to come on every now and again, whenever he needs to, I guess get something off his chest or say something really impactful, just so you guys know what's going on. And then now Drake is taking that, flipping that, and making the Heart Part 6.
All right, here we go. The Heart Part 6 lyric video. Let's do it. Come on, Drake.
Let's
fire
check
back.
it out.
Don't let that dude do that to you.
Now let me see you prove it.
Well,
Just let me see you prove it.
All right.
I like the production.
The Pulitzer Prize winner is definitely spiraling. I got your fucking lines tapped, I swear that I'm dialed in. First I was a rat, so where's the proof of the trial then? Where's the paperwork of the cabinet is filed in? 1090 Jake would've took all the walls down. The streets would've had me hiding out.
1090 Jake would've took all the walls
What's
down.
that?
1090 Jake is a YouTuber, and he has everybody's paperwork. So if you snitched, if you were a pedo, whatever, 1090 Jake will read that shit on air. That's what he does.
Yeah.
There's
but
$100,000. There's
a
$100,000 thing on this dude's head right now. 1090 Jake.
He can be paid off.
Like he's out here ruining people's careers, all type of stuff. No, I'm not even saying. He's saying that if I was really a snitch, the paperwork would be out there.
Right.
He's right. The paperwork would be out there if he was really a snitch. But I didn't even hear
Really?
the snitch accusation wasn't even the main.
Honestly,
that
I didn't
wasn't even the
remember
main
that.
accusation.
I didn't even remember that.
Just let's let him talk, okay? I think this is 4 minutes, 5 minutes.
Yeah, but we can't let him talk forever because they're gonna copyright strike.
Well, yeah,
us,
but I'm just saying you can't say he didn't address it.
Well,
you don't know.
I'm not saying you didn't address it. I'm just saying like right now, the snitch thing. I don't really understand starting it out that way because that wasn't the thing that's making everybody go, oh,
yeah, exactly.
You were never a gangster. We never perceived you to be a gangster. So if you snitch, we wouldn't even look at it anyway. It'd be a civilian snitching. It'd just be like anybody else snitching. So maybe he's just doing that as a slow burn to build up. But we continue.
Small town, my Montreal connects stand up, not far down. The ones that you getting your stories from, they all clowns. I am a war general, seasoned in preparation. My jacket is covered in medals, honor and decoration. You waited for this moment, overcome with the desperation. We plotted for a week and then we fed you the information.
Okay, so he's saying, I knew that you were spying on us, so we fed you with false information. A daughter that's so he's saying he doesn't have a daughter, and that the people that were leaking the information,
set him up.
So Kendrick did an entire verse to this guy's daughter, and he's saying I don't have a daughter.
If that's true,
he's saying I don't have a daughter. He just made it up.
Drake, if that's true, that's pretty embarrassing. It's pretty embarrassing.
A daughter that's 11 years old. I bet he takes it. We thought about giving a fake name or a destination.
Oh.
But you were so thirsty, you're not concerned with investigation.
A daughter that's 11 years old, I bet he takes it. We thought about giving a fake name or a destination, but you so thirsty, you not concerned with investigation. Instead, you in that Venice studio, it's a celebration. You gotta learn to fact check things and be less impatient. Your fans are rejoicing, thinking this is my expiration.
Well, I mean, the Meet the Graham song, verse 1 was to his son Adonis, who you did disown and acted like he wasn't alive. The second verse.
Why did he do that?
Huh?
Why did he do that?
Because he's a young kid in his 20s, he's a millionaire, and forgot to use a condom.
Wait, you said disown.
I said disown. He abandoned him. Or he wouldn't claim him. Whatever.
Wow. Okay.
But it's like, if he did that and had Kendrick do an entire verse on it, I guess that's cool. Like I guess that's some like 5D chess. It's 4D chess or whatever. But
The Man Like Us is still relevant, but that's pretty embarrassing for if that's true.
Well, I mean, I think it's true because he's not going to say he doesn't have a daughter when he actually has a daughter.
That's true.
But I hope
not.
But
this is very smart of Drake because he's changing how we think about it.
He's changing how you're thinking about it. It's not changing anything to me.
You don't think that this hurts his credibility saying that he has a daughter?
Not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because it's so believable based on Drake's other actions.
That's true, but he also could use that against Kendrick.
Well, he's trying to use it against Kendrick. I'm just saying it's not really landing to me.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like, what he said about your son was true.
Yeah.
And what he said about your your dad or your mother, whoever he was.
Both.
And then on top of the whole pedophilia thing, so I don't understand. Like, I get it. Like, if he set him up like that's smart. But at the same time, I'm like, your actions made that so believable. I'm not even sure.
That's true.
10, 15 years down the line, 10, 15 years down the line, is anybody going to care that, okay, you didn't have an 11-year-old daughter? I'm not sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's like, like, let's say, I have, abused my wife in the past. And then something comes out where, I abused this person. But I like, let's say that I'm Drake. And then I'm like, okay, I abused my wife before. Now I'm going to leak that I abused my wife again. But how it's fake. But you believed it. The fact that you believed it is an indictment on me. Especially that you were right to believe it.
Right.
So that's the thing you're saying. That actually is, whether or not he set it up, that's still an indictment on Drake as a person.
If some girl went online and said, Vin forced me to go to an abortion clinic, I think all the people that know me would have been like,
that's
right.
ridiculous. Yeah.
But if somebody said, I said something reckless to Sori and Vin punched me in the face, I think people would be like, that sounds like some shit that Vin would do. Even if I was innocent, they'd be like, So, like, to your point, it is kind of condemnatory already.
Secondly,
that we believe him.
If there is an 11-year-old daughter that he has been not putting out into the public eye, why would he change that based off of what Kendrick said? Like, wouldn't he just...
Wait, say that again?
If there is an 11-year-old daughter that's out there, for whatever reason that he had for not putting her out there and keeping her hidden, why would he put her out now just because Kendrick said it? Wouldn't he just, tell the mom, like, this is the reason I did it, we're going to stick with that and still keep her hidden? Like, obviously, to say that she's not there when she is really hurtful. But I don't know. I mean, if he's abandoned his kid in the past, why would he be all of a sudden like forthright in this situation?
Well, that's what T Park is saying. The people on Twitter aren't buying that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because Twitter speculated that he set up Kendrick, so people are saying that he just rolled with that. Like, it's a fan theory that he was setting up Kendrick. But my thing is, even if he set up Kendrick with the daughter thing,
that's still
the fact that it was so believable, it's kind of like a self-own.
Yeah, well,
it is a self-own.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
There's no way it couldn't be.
Kendrick deleted 616.
Yeah.
What do you mean he deleted 616?
He deleted 616.
The song?
Yeah.
The diss record?
Yeah, one of them.
The diss record he wrote to Drake, he deleted it?
Yeah.
Why?
Wait, what?
Yeah. He deleted the picture from Meet the Grams.
And deleted the pic from Meet the Grams.
Uh-oh.
I don't
go on his Instagram.
He's probably worried about a libel. He's probably worried about a lawsuit, really. Let's finish the song, then we'll talk about that. Vic, when we get done with this, send me the screenshots.
Yeah, send them to vinandsory@gmail.com.
Yeah, it was never
16 was never uploaded on streaming services. It's on Instagram. Okay, so we got Vic Newman, who's obviously a Drake fan. Come and welcome.
Yes.
You're welcome to be here.
Welcome to the funeral service.
You're welcome to be here.
The last song before
even the picture
tragically.
Yeah. Who's the jokes and the medication, the Maybach glove and the drug he uses for less inflation. Master manipulator, you bid on a speculation. You dumb and reactive, nigga, I'm petty with dedication. What about the bones we dug up in that excavation? And why isn't Whitney denying all of the allegations? Why is she following Dave free and not Mr. Morale? You haven't seen the kids in 6 months, the distance is wild. Dave leaving.
Okay, so you haven't seen your kids in 6 months, the distance is wild.
What is this accusations about Whitney?
Whitney is the girl that he was with that he supposedly put hands on, right? Mm-hmm. He's saying, why isn't Whitney denying that you beat her up? Probably because either A, it's true, or B, she's doing what I if it was me, I'd say don't defend me, don't say nothing.
Yeah, and they're very
and the reason for that is the minute that you put yourself in there, you're now fair game. So I would just tell you, just be quiet.
That's true. You would 100%.
If you're in the street, man, you already know that I'm not even a street dude. And you already know,
right? And like the Lamars are very private. They're very private, especially like or maybe not Lamar's, but like Kendrick's own camp, and I'm sure his family too. They're very private. Kendrick is not active on any of the social media. The only time he uploads is for his business, or the only time he tweets is for his business.
Here goes Vic. Drake sent fake news and faked the Grams pick, and Kendrick ran with it. Kendrick got finessed. Vic, I'm sorry, buddy, but that's not the consensus of hip hop. DJ Academics is a giant Drake stan, and DJ Academics had a serious problem with what we just saw. But we continue.
Heart emojis underneath pics of the child. Speaking of anything with a child, let's get to that now. This Epstein angle was the shit I expected. TikTok videos you collected and dissected.
So he does have stuff.
So he said he expected the Epstein shit. Vic, help me out here. Why would
because people have been saying for years that
why would Drake know that an Epstein type accusation was coming his way?
That's true. Epstein. He didn't just say.
He didn't say Weinstein. By the way,
he never said Epstein.
Kendrick did not say anything about Epstein.
No, he did not. He said Weinstein.
He said Weinstein.
Yeah.
Vic, help us with that. Help us with that, Vic.
Yeah.
Here's Anthony Park. Kendrick never mentioned Epstein.
Yeah.
Yes, Shauna TV. Oh, the Epstein list. Correct, Shauna TV. The problem, though, my sister, is that Kendrick never said a word about Epstein. And by the way, between Weinstein and Epstein, who is worse? Epstein by a fucking mile. As I said, Weinstein just got let off on one of his charges, but Epstein was doing this to a degree. Epstein was doing this to underage girls. He didn't say Epstein. He said Weinstein, which would make you an entertainer who uses his position to get vulnerable women to consent to sexual acts. That's Weinstein, okay?
Yeah.
Epstein is different. Epstein is about underage children being trafficked and then raised in a farm to be the masturbatory rags for all these celebrities. Yeah. So nobody said anything about Epstein, and it might be a little bit of a reach, but I think that's pretty significant, and it's worse to me that you're saying, Drake, you knew this was going to happen. Let me tell you something. If somebody was beefing with me,
that would catch you completely off guard.
And somebody said something, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What? I'd be like, get to the flight logs, bitch.
Yes.
Because of his that's that 17 situation, his relationship with Millie Bobby Brown when she was a minor, like texting her all the time. Like, because of that situation, and also Drake is pretty busy. Why is he doing texting her all the time? He could be just motivational stuff, but people have been saying for a long time that he's a creepy person.
Drake?
Yeah. I think everybody expected him to go into kid lines. Especially, do you know the show Euphoria?
I don't ever remember. I've been through a couple rap battles. I never remembered a rapper accusing another rapper of pedophilia or sex trafficking.
So anyway, he's like the producer of Euphoria.
Who is?
Drake.
Drake is?
Yeah, Drake is.
Really?
Drake is like one of the producers of Euphoria.
That show has a decent storyline, but there's too much freaking young people doing shit with old people in that show, bro. That trans dude. Remember that? The trans girl or whatever. They had her going out with all these like 40-year-old dudes, all the rest of it, and he's producing that show.
Drake is.
Man, okay.
That's the stuff.
Vic, you got some explaining to do. Vic is the only like faithful Drake fan out here. Vic, even academics abandoned your boy Drake.
Might be back now.
We continue.
Instead of being on some disdirect shit, you rather fucking grab your pen and misdirect shit. My mom came over today and I was like, mother, wait a second. That's that one record where you say you got molested. Fuck me, I just made the whole connection. This about to get so depressing. This is trauma from your own confessions. This when your father leave you home alone with no protection, so neglected.
When he said mother I, is that reference to the song where where Kendrick sings about being molested?
Yeah, I guess.
He said he wasn't molested though.
Who said that? But it was in the song?
But obviously it was implied that he was molested.
It's Mother I Sober. That's the song.
Right, but I still don't see how this is a diss to Kendrick.
Yeah, I mean, Kendrick put it out there.
If he was molested, that was when he was a child.
Yeah, how are you gonna diss him for being molested?
Wait a minute, 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 wait,
What do you got? What do you got?
Wait.
Okay.
Timestamp this.
See, you know what? You know what's fucking.
Give me 1 second. Let's think this through. Let's think this through.
Okay.
Kendrick gets on a track and accuses Drake of being an adult who preys on minors. And says, you should be ashamed of yourself, Drake, because you are an adult who preys on minors. The response that Drake gives is to bring up the fact that when Kendrick was a minor, a sick bastard molested him.
So he preyed on the
And you think that's a
version.
diss to Kendrick? That tells me that when young people get molested, you're not very sad about it.
Right. That's true.
That's what it sounds
And
like
you
to
had that
me.
Euphoria show?
And you had the Euphoria show, and you're talking about underage girls
That's
and how their
true.
tits feel against you when you hug them. Drake,
After you already knew that she was 17?
you fucking weirdo. This is what happens.
How, Barker was on your staff?
How in the world is that supposed to be a diss to Kendrick? You just validated.
fucking up.
Yeah.
The slaves freed line. No,
Yeah, the
this line.
slaves. Yeah. You just
Yeah.
literally validated the
Here's the thing.
accusation.
Here's the thing.
Now I'm looking at you like,
Here's the thing that Drake's miscalculating. With the slaves free line, people related to how Kendrick is with black people, that hits with them. The mother, I'm sure a lot of people that molested, that hit with them. Now you're gonna turn around and hit that. I don't even think that even hurts Kendrick because Kendrick put that out there. Kendrick obviously has worked through that trauma to a certain degree. So even still, I don't think it's really hurting Drake. All this is making you look really bad.
it validates that you got a problem with adult-child relationships.
Absolutely.
And it validates
Absolutely.
that you think that somehow the victim and the survivor has something to be ashamed of. No, dummy.
Yeah.
Young men and women who survived that kind of violation are the fucking only people who are real gangsters.
That's right. That's
Chester,
right.
Chester Bennington was a multimillionaire and it still took him out.
Jeez.
And you out here making fun of this dude for doing something. And by the way, I'm having a moment here because in the black community, we never talk about this, especially when it happens to young men. So Kendrick goes out and said, hey guys, you can still be a man. You can still be a gangster. You can still be cool and admit that some shit happened to you and that you were violated. And you know what? You can stand tall as a man. And that's what you're going after?
Stupid as fuck, bro.
That shit is incredible to me, boy.
Bro,
That shit is incredible to me.
honestly, these ghostwriters are also looking pretty suspect.
Yeah, like
You wrote that shit.
You wrote that. How is that an insult to him, especially in our current context with Diddy and Jay-Z and Meek Mill? You're gonna do that,
But those are all adults.
but that's what I'm saying. Like you're Drake. Like these people. Now I truly believe that something weird is happening with dude. I truly believe that because of this line, I truly believe that some other shit is going on with this boy.
Freaky ass nigga.
Freaky ass nigga. You remember said he's a fan.
Yeah.
Okay, freaky ass nigga. Look, man. Drake, you got accused of being a pedophile.
You
and
turn around and you're a victim of a pedophile.
Right, your response is to mock the guy who survived the pedophilia.
And then said it and touched everybody's hearts. Come on,
And he had the awareness to say this is about to get so depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just made the whole connection. It's about to get so depressing. This trauma for your own confessions. Yeah, he had trauma.
Yeah.
And he worked through it. And instead of saying, hey, I'm rich, I'm going to just pretend that this never happened, there was no reason for him to bring that to the fore other than the fact that he wanted to help his people. Because black people, you know that some molesting crazy shit is happening and we're not saying nothing about it. You remember the color purple? Yeah. Holy shit, Drake. Not cool. And by the way, if you're a man, a black man in the ghetto, the hood, whatever, you're not less of a gangster, whatever the fuck, if somebody violated you.
Right.
It doesn't make you a bitch, doesn't make you a hoe,
Right.
doesn't make you gay.
Especially if you're young.
And if you're gay, the people love you, they're going to love you regardless. Besides all
God
that,
loves you.
that this shit right here is not
Jesus.
cool, man. It's not cool. Because now you got a bunch of other rappers being like, yo, shit, man, I'm not gonna say this shit then.
Yeah.
Shit ain't cool, bro.
But the thing,
That's why these pedophile raps.
here's the other thing. That's the thing is, it was so mature for Kendrick to put it out there. Like, it's one thing for him to work through it, but for him to put it out there and in a song, like, the other people, they came and like, you have to be a certain type of mental maturity and to actually have gone through that. Because if I was molested and then maybe I wasn't fully working through it and someone said that, maybe I want to kill you. You know what I mean? So,
well, look, if I look at what happened yesterday with Drake and Kendrick, I can listen to that Kendrick Lamar diss and say, I need to be a better father. Think.
that's true.
Think. You can listen to that song and be like, shit, man, I don't want to be like Drake. You're still dissing Drake, but you're still telling black people this is how we father children.
Right.
Right. And maybe even help
Same
bit.
thing with the other one, the last one that he did. You're not like us, or whatever.
Yeah.
He's saying to people, protect your kids from
Yeah.
pedophiles.
He also
protect your kids from sexual predators. So
he
again,
also broke it down how the exploitation, the colonizer nature of some of these people. He also broke that down too, with the whole Atlanta thing.
yeah.
So I think it's also...
Tay-Tay says, in Colorado, 17 is the age of consent. How is he a pedo? I don't think he's a pedo for the situation in Colorado. But I am extremely skeptical of him not being a pedo, considering he used this to go after Kendrick. And that tells me that in his mind, the victim should feel shame and not the perpetrator. And he released that not 24 hours after this man spent an entire song accusing him of being a pedophile.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
My question is,
what in black culture is going to be benefited here?
Right.
The benefit is for child molesters, because now dudes are going to be like, well, I ain't saying shit.
Stay quiet.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say a fucking word.
Yep.
Man, Drake.
Yep.
This can actually hurt people. Like, if you've been child molested, this can actually hurt. You say it's gonna. That, like, listening to the song itself, it could bring stuff back up, make you feel some type of way. I mean, Drake could responsible for a couple of bodies because of this, because of what he's doing.
That's why these pedophile raps and shits, you so obsessed with it. It's so excessive. Yeah, anybody with a child is gonna obsess.
No,
over...
that's weird. Wait, we shouldn't be.
He's telling them.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Bro,
He's telling on himself.
We're gonna play this in court, man.
What do I always say? A fish doesn't know it's wet. Drake doesn't understand how this gets to everybody else.
That makes it even more suspicious.
That and Tay. That's the reason why I believe some fluky shit happened. Not because of the tape about the 17-year-old or whatever. Yeah. This shit right here, his posture right here, tells me all I need to know about this guy's mentality. Yeah. Holy hell, we continue.
Shit you so obsessed with, it's so excessive. They acting like it's so aggressive, but you just never known affection. I don't want to dish you anymore. This really got me second guessing.
You just never known affection.
It's so aggressive. What do you mean it's so aggressive?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. What does he mean by it's so aggressive?
That's why these pedophile rap is shit you so obsessed with. It's so excessive. They acting like it's so aggressive.
Should not be.
It is aggressive to impose yourself on people.
You're ruining someone's entire life, potentially.
But again, we worked with people who did that shit.
Right. Who were victims.
Who were pedophiles.
Yep.
And they wanted to come into the church.
Yep.
And we'd always tell them, hey man, I got a bunch of little kids here, and the minute they cross that threshold into this building, I'm responsible for all those kids. So I cannot have you in an area around our kids. What I will do is I'll take you and the rest of your pedophilic friends on the way to hell, and we'll go to your house, we'll break out the guitar, I'll preach my heart out to you, we'll break bread and wine, and we'll do it every week for the rest of your life. He had no interest in it. He wanted to go back with the kids. And you know one of the things that's really interesting to me about people who do this shit? And the other thing is I have a family member who was specialized in this kind of unit until he got tired of it and was like, nah, I just want to shoot those people. So he changed his job, and now he gets to send people where they need to go. But listen.
Shout out to the big homie.
When we talk to these people, you can tell that they don't understand the gravity of what happened.
Right.
You can tell.
Right.
they'll say, yeah, I did wrong, blah, blah, blah. But you can tell they really didn't see the gravity of it. They're like, come on, everybody makes mistakes. Look at this fucking attitude.
Yeah.
Look at this attitude. Oh, you're acting like it's so aggressive or it's so excessive. What is more aggressive than violating the sexual integrity of a young child?
Oh, man.
Especially as a person that's being looked up to and as an inspiration. Motherfuckers saw you on the Disney Channel, Drake.
Yeah.
But now you're out here being real cavalier about shit that destroys people.
And that's the other thing, too. Is all of that stuff just came out recently about Nickelodeon specifically and those kids.
Correct.
And so in that environment with all of that coming out, you're going to make light of this like that?
Yeah, there's that new... guys, I didn't even cover the
Quiet on Set?
The Quiet on Set thing, because you guys know how I am with kids. The abortion thing's too much for me. I couldn't watch it.
It was very. I didn't watch it, but I saw one clip, and the stuff that they were doing were like clearly innuendos. It was very nasty.
It was terrible.
Like doing like.
So like to sorry, it's such a good in this day and age when we've got the Diddy revelations, we've got Cassie and all the shit this girl went through. We have Quiet on Set with what happened to these kids in I grew up with that show. That's why I couldn't watch it. I'm like I could not watch that show. Because I'm like, damn, so much of my childhood is connected to that fucking... You know, me and my little brother we used to watch Are You Afraid of the Dark together, Nickelodeon, man. So, like, but, like, this right here, like... I don't, like, this is so crazy to me.
And the other thing with Disney is
there's shit you so obsessed with. Everybody who has a child is obsessed with that topic, Drake.
Right, and the other thing is with Disney...
Oh, a child that they love. This is another situation where you're proving Kendrick Lamar right.
Right.
Because any father...
Right.
That's right.
Any father...
I think even...
There is...
Like
let me tell y'all something. There is no thing that I would not do to a person that did that to any of my fucking kids. So for this guy to be like, you're acting like it's so excessive, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yo, bro, you sound like them people.
Yep.
And you have a son.
And it tells me that you're not the kind of father that obsesses about the integrity and the health of their children. That's all you do as a parent. See, Drake, he doesn't understand. He's such a terrible father that he's like, oh, it's so excessive. I mean, come on, you're so obsessed with it. Dummy! Because we care about our kids.
Yeah.
You don't, so it's not a big deal to you. You were out there with Puffy and all these other... Man, just go ahead. This is like the worst.
And he said this right after the Epstein line, basically.
Right.
Epstein line wasn't that far away from
Oh my God. Look at this. Thinking it's okay to use an 11-year-old girl as bait is pedo in itself. Correct. He's saying, hey, we set this whole thing up, blah, 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 and you used a child to do it. Look, all this stuff looks circumstantial. It might be a reach, but when you put them all together, man, this tells me this guy doesn't get it. You're really not a father, Drake. You're really not a father. The minute that pregnancy test comes back,
I mean, this guy's a Drake fan, right?
Yeah, makes me sick. No. This is Tony T. Parker.
Oh, I thought. I think
shout out to Tony T. Parker.
Yeah.
Shout out to Shauna TV.
This is the correct response.
That's the thing.
Shout out to all these
Disney
people,
has a a lot of like Olivia Rodrigo, Drake. A lot of those people become music stars. We know the music industry,
correct,
especially with females, is very predatorial.
Correct.
So it makes me think, okay, if all of these kids I'm thinking these people have connections to like to basically get on a couch and then after that be successful in the music world because it's a pipeline.
Yeah.
So I think with Disney they have something set up where you can do whatever and then become popular because Ariana Grande,
Britney Spears. I mean, all those kids, man. And and here's the thing: these kids have been going through this shit. Like I said, I grew up with these kids, man. So like, it's not just now coming out. So we don't know all the people that have been destroyed by that action. For him to come out and make light of it and try to mock him and try to make him look bad for it is so crazy. And it just validates all the accusations in my mind. Yeah. You're it's so excessive. What?
And it could make more of those people say, I'm not going to come out and say it because then somebody can weaponize it later against me.
Right.
Stupid, man.
That should be
Touch My Body by Mariah Carey.
The other thing, too, that I'll say is there are some people that I've met that have been in that situation, and one of the reasons they didn't want to say anything was because they didn't want their parents to get thrown under the bus. Because if your parents are your parents and they didn't protect you in that situation because of X, Y, and Z, like that does happen when you come out and say it. People start looking sideways at your parents like, where were you when this happened? So he's going after the parents, and he's talking about the dad and all that. Like, that's another reason why people would be like, if I wanted to say something for myself, but I know that it's going to end up on my parents' heads, and I don't want that. So there's a lot of things.
And parents do that to the kids. They're like, hey, you're gonna.
Yep.
Man.
That's 100% true.
Man.
Drake is the type of person to do that, I feel like.
The first thing predators do is blame victims. So for Drake to go this route to prove he isn't a predator is very telling.
That's
correct.
right.
You just victim blamed and victim shamed this guy.
Like, who respects the person that goes, haha, you were molested?
And some people are saying that he never even said explicitly that he was molested. Right. But I don't care. Like, it was brave enough for him to even imply that it was. We need more of that as black men.
We've got somebody in the chat put Proverbs 18:6, which says, a fool's lips walk into a fight and his mouth invites a beating.
Jesus.
That was Vic, too.
Shout out to Vic.
Vic is switching up.
Yeah. Drake, you just lost a fan, like in real time. The battle raps aren't supposed to work in that direction, bro.
Right.
Fucking pedophile ass nigga.
Issue anymore. This really got me second guessing. Touch My Body by Mariah Carey play. You probably start reflecting. I never been with no one.
What?
Wow.
What?
Touch My Body by Mariah Carey play. You probably start reflecting because he's again implying that his body was touched by a child molester. See what I'm saying?
So it's more bars dissing.
So it's more bars dissing him for being violated as a child. Touch My Body by Mariah Carey plays. You probably start reflecting.
For anybody that thinks that Drake lyrically or even his ghostwriters is on level with Kendrick, Drake had to stoop to haha you were molested to have a good diss.
Yeah. And it's not even a good diss.
Right, he had to stoop so incredibly low to diss Kendrick. He's not on the name.
But here's the thing: Kendrick's diss was "You're a predator."
Yeah.
Right.
He responds back by saying, "You're a victim."
Right.
Okay. What?
Okay. I don't think that means what you think it means.
Bro. I think I know who produced this track. Puffy.
And Jay-Z ghost wrote for it. You pedophile mother. I hope all of you guys go under the fucking jail. We continue.
Oh, man.
Underage, but now I understand why that's the angle that you really mess with. Just for clarity, I feel disgusted. I'm too respected. If I was fucking young girls, I promise I'd have been arrested.
Oh, like Puffy?
You feel disgusted?
Wait.
Why you feel disgusted?
Well, he's saying the very fact that you would even imply.
Yeah.
Right after he got done victim blaming and victim shaming Kendrick, he said, how would you imply that I would do anything
so terrible that you would feel disgusted if it was true about you? But then you don't feel disgusted mocking him?
Whoa!
Okay, yo.
Whoa! So let me get this straight. You were disgusted by the implication that you would do something with a 17-year-old, but you're not disgusted with him being 5 and 6 years old molested.
Is it kind of pedophilic to even mock somebody for that? I feel that even is like...
Oh, I agree. I don't think anybody that has the right state of mind for that sort of action against kids would ever try to use that as fodder for a fight. I think that's crazy. That's great. That to me also, I agree.
I've never heard this. Yeah, exactly.
Appropriate reactions, tears, frustration, anger.
I'm too rich to get caught.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
Correct.
Especially in Canada.
Correct.
Come on now.
Please stop it. Oh, my boy Rig. Shout out to Rig Vert. That's my boy. We continue. I'm too respected. If I was fucking young girls, I promise I'd have been arrested. Well, why isn't Puffy arrested? That nigga's been doing shit for the last 20, 30 years. Nigga, what you talking about? It bodies all type of shit that been happening with Puff. What a stupid argument, bro.
Yep.
Famous for the shit you just suggested, but that's not the lesson. Clearly there's a deeper message. Deep cuts that never healed and now they got infected. Like if Dave really fucked your girl and got her pregnant. Talk about breeding resentment. Not sure how to ease the sentiment, the shit's too intimate. I'm praying you recover from both incidents, but you a piece of shit, so this shit really no coincidence.
Okay.
No coincidence.
What? That's
It's no
terrible
coincidence
too.
that bad things are happening
because
to you
you're a piece of shit. Okay, so
terrible
by
person.
the
No
both
coincidence you got
things, he's
molested?
talking about you being molested as a kid, and he's saying because you're a piece of shit that should have happened to you.
Yeah.
What are you talking
the
about?
Hell? What the
What is
fuck?
going
It
on
just
with
gets
him?
worse. Look at this. R. Kelly was on tape and didn't get caught for 20 years.
Yeah,
Correct.
exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Correct.
And he's American.
Wow.
Correct again. And he wasn't some Disney child. We all knew that R. Kelly was a fucking predator. He was talking about fucking, what's that girl's name? When she was 14 fucking years old, and we knew he was a predator, and he never ended up in jail.
He did that?
No! He didn't get locked up till much later.
How long has he been locked up for?
What do you mean? Like this, he finally got jammed up like 4 or 5 years ago. But
4
when
or
I was
5 years
when
ago?
I was younger than
So
you,
2019?
when I was younger than you, R. Kelly was running around with Aaliyah and shit when she was 14 years old.
And they knew that?
I didn't
You knew
understand the implications because I was a kid and 14 was like big to
yeah.
me. Now I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's your sister's age, Sailor.
Yeah.
Running around with a grown ass man who's a rock star. This shit is crazy.
Is this the person that
Who?
the name you're looking for, or no?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, R. Kelly was fragrant for decades and he finally went to prison. Correct. What a stupid... And why would you say that, Drake, when all these revelations of Puff just came out?
Right
There's
now.
no coincidence
What are
that
you
you got
talking
molested. What is that line? Dude, what is it? Like, there's so many little one-liners that you could use from Kendrick's thing to, like, if you saw him out there, you could diss him with. What are you supposed to do to Kendrick? Show up, oh, there's no coincidence you got this. There's no coincidence this happened to you.
Negative vibes is wrecking shop. You can tell Drake didn't you can tell that Drake didn't use his ghostwriters for this verse because none of this rhymes. Well, he's going to have to repurpose some of that capital for his lawyer, I think. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Imagine having that many ghostwriters also, and nobody says, well, hold on a minute. What type of people? And this is what we said. This is what we said in the yesterday's thing. When he had the picture of all the dots on the top of the mansion saying that you've surrounded yourself with these people.
Sex offenders.
That means that you've surrounded yourself with people that would be like, yeah, put this out, bro. That means that accusation is probably true too.
Right.
Because none of those people saw this as a problem.
Right. Right.
Yeah, your boys were like, yeah, we gonna get this nigga.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because all of you are pedos.
That's
The whole lot of you guys are pedos.
Come
and
on
I
now.
know you guys,
Fuck OVO.
you guys have you're in your little rich person's cults. I'm not mad at you. Make your money, Drakey baby. But the problem is that, as I said yesterday, you guys are only around each other and you have no idea how mentally ill you are. And you think because nothing has happened to you that makes you innocent, man. O.J. Simpson got away with murder. The nigga came out and wrote a book. I didn't do it, but if I did do it, this is how it would happen. What are you talking about? We all know when you have money that this shit doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
When did Kendrick defend R. Kelly?
Y'all do know Kendrick defended R. Kelly, right? Listen, Vic, I'm not talking about R. Kelly right now, bro. I'm not talking about that. We're talking about Drake and this shit right here. Let's just stay on topic. If R. Kelly wants to come out with a diss song on Drake, cool, we'll listen to it. We continue.
Drake is not a name that you gon' see on no sex offender list.
Right, Drake is not a name we'll see on a sex offender list because your name is Aubrey.
Right.
I don't even know why you would put this on here.
Yeah.
And on top of that, Kendrick also accused you of housing a known sex trafficker, sex offender who was not indicted, not just charged, but convicted and did time. And Kendrick said that dude was in your camp. So I'm waiting for you, after you just dissed Kendrick for getting molested, when he might not have even been molested in the first place. And then after you said that he was a horrible person, and every time Mariah Carey comes on with Touch My Body, he's getting flashbacks to somebody touched his body. That's what you're doing. Okay. And now I'm praying you recover from both instances. Okay.
He does it. You mentioned an A minor, but niggas gotta be sharp and tell the fans who was it.
Oh my gosh. That was his comeback for the A minor.
A minor one.
Remember he says
so
he says you trolling is probably A minor, and so he comes back with what was it?
Be sharp. And
Be sharp. The fans have to be sharp because he said A minor. That shit was weak. That was weak.
It's not a name that you gon' see on no sex offender list. Easy does it. You mentioned an A minor, but niggas gotta be sharp and tell the fans who was it. You thought you left D flat, D major. I'll slit your throat with the razor and do Rick Ross hair like that one flight from Malaysia. I'm your baby mama screensaver. Only fucking with Whitney's, not Millie Bobby. Bobby Browns. I never look twice at no teenager.
Were you fucking with Whitney?
Whitney Bobby Brown. That underage. There was the other
No,
underage
that's
girl.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Well, he
was
said,
Whitney?
look, only fucking with Whitney's, not Millie Bobby
Yeah.
Brown. Because Whitney, you know, Whitney Houston.
Uh-huh.
Whitney Houston was married to a dude named Bobby Brown.
Oh.
Right?
And that also
but
is,
see, Whitney,
Drake's,
Whitney was a grown woman when she came out.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Not Millie Bobby Brown. But here's the thing.
You did look like twice as a teenager.
Here's the thing, Kendrick. I'm gonna let my man Rick bring it up. Rick said Drake name dropped Millie Bobby Brown when Kendrick didn't even bring her up specifically.
Oh.
Correct. This is the second time you've done this in this song, Kendrick. Telling on yourself. We never said nothing about no Millie Bobby Brown.
People on Twitter were, but yeah, he didn't.
Kendrick didn't say that.
Yeah.
So why do you know so much about it?
I mean, people on Twitter were saying it.
People on Twitter say a lot of shit.
That's true, yeah.
I did not mention that in the song. And in this part of the song is when he's directly engaging with Kendrick's lyrics because he's going with the B flat A minor stuff.
I'm a fucking hit maker, dog, not a peacemaker. Yeah, bullets that I'm stuffing in each chamber. Your ass in extreme danger.
Drake literally went on the thing like, you know, we need to fix the city. We can't influence people, whatever. So so let me get this straight, Drake. When it benefits you, you wear the peacemaker hat. But now when it doesn't benefit you, now you're not a peacemaker. This is what he was talking about. Because he went the whole thing talking about the whole thing like, oh, Toronto, the role models are talking about this stuff. It's enriching the violence. You can fact check it for yourself. So now he wants to come around and say he's not a peacemaker. This is what Kendrick was saying.
Yeah, now you a gangster. Like
this
why?
is what Kendrick was saying.
Why?
At one point, you're talking at two sides of your mouth.
Canadian.
Yeah, you on a Disney Channel.
The thing is, at least like, when you're a peacemaker when it's convenient for you. When it's convenient for you, you're a peacemaker. When it's not, you take off that hat. Come on now.
Yeah, but like you're not even.
Come on
but
now.
it would be one thing if you're not even like that, Drake. You're not like that. Why? When were you learning to shoot niggas, Drake? Like in between sets at the Disney Channel, they put you out of the wheelchair and had you at the grassy high, like told you how to shoot. Why? Why do you have to say this, man? Listen, man. I don't. Every time I talk about the shit that happened with me and my friends, and the first thing I tell everybody, I was not a gangster.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Just because you use weapons and shit doesn't mean you're a gangster. It means you're scared to death. All of us were terrified. I'm happy that Drake didn't have to grow up the way I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy my kids didn't grow up the way that I had to grow up. That shit is a horrible fucking existence. And I don't know why you're trying to play now like you part of that life, man. That's a horrible way to live, bro. Damn.
Stop buying views and buy content.
Drake was shooting hockey pucks. Because I told you, in Canada, we don't be sloppy. Yep. We out all night playing hockey. Somebody stop me. You got knocked down. You ain't getting up. You ain't Rocky.
Don't block me.
A minor.
You may as well keep the paper. Shit you about to need for later. I give a fuck about your streaming data. You could drop 100 more records. I'll see you later. Yeah, maybe when you meet your maker. I don't want to fight with a woman beater. It feeds your nature.
Oh my God.
I cannot believe he just said that.
You just disrespected yourself.
You
just disrespected yourself and you don't even know that you did it. This has got to be the worst response
Drake was so
I have
upset.
ever
Drake was
heard.
so upset.
I can't believe he said that.
Drake was so upset. He didn't even realize how bad his lyrics he was writing.
Oh my
I'm
God.
surprised he was able to bring his own lyrics.
You know what happened? You know what happened? You know what happened, Shauna, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all what happened to this man.
Oh my gosh.
He missed one of the payments for one of his ghostwriters. And that nigga just set him up. Whoever ghost wrote this song set him up lovely. This nigga, Drake probably, all he was doing was memorizing the song. He probably didn't even think about the implications of the song. I guarantee you. Matter of fact, I promise, it would not surprise me if Kendrick came out with a video with some mystery dude and said, I wrote this for Drake.
Right.
And I was with Kendrick the whole time because I don't understand.
He said, have you ever thought OVO was working for me? Have you ever thought OVO was working for me?
I am a white girl from Maine. And I caught that right away.
Immediately.
You called yourself a woman.
Yeah.
He literally said, he said people want you to demise. They hate you, but have the audacity to say it. Now you're doing this.
Yeah, look, the ghostwriters turned in their walking papers. I guarantee you, man, it was somebody from, it had to be somebody from his camp. This is some straight black on 25% black crime. Holy hell. I don't want to fight with a woman beater.
Drake got the black beat out of him in Euphoria, bro. There's no black left in him.
That's why he named the song Euphoria.
Yes.
Man.
Yes, because now look up Euphoria, Drake.
Yeah, maybe when you meet your maker, I don't want to fight with a woman beater. It feeds your nature.
Right. Because you're a woman.
You're a bitch.
Yeah. You just called yourself a bitch. I don't want to fight you. And the other thing is, not only is he saying he's a bitch, he's also saying he would lose. Because it says woman beater.
Right.
I don't want to fight a woman beater. That means you're a woman and he's going to beat you.
Also
But he beat you on wax. He beat you on wax. You don't want to fight women. You want to fight girls. Is that what it is, Drake? We continue. I got no love for this man. This shit is... I don't understand this.
This is unforgivable.
Drake, there got to be a lawsuit. Drake, you got to do something, bro. Because whoever wrote this for you hates you, bro. I don't believe you wrote this.
Stop spitting lies, bro. There's no proof of that.
I don't. Look, Vic.
It's not lies, but
Vic,
it's not proven.
Vic,
you beat me.
Vic.
2 years ago, you were beating the shit out of me.
Vic, I'm sorry. There's no saving your man. Secondly, Kendrick is still with that woman. You saw the Ray Rice incident, horrible situation, but those two stayed together and he changed and they're together.
Yeah, there's some things you can come back from.
If the woman comes out and says, fuck Kendrick Lamar, I'm going to be with her 110%. But it appears to me that they've worked it out.
If it even happened. Because Dad, Drake was literally putting out money saying, give me information.
Correct.
So what are the chances that somebody sent fake information to get a payday?
Correct.
Or somebody that doesn't like Kendrick?
Oh my gosh. I cannot believe he did.
The brother of Kendrick's girlfriend tweeted in support of Kendrick. So the dude whose sister was supposedly beaten up by Kendrick is supporting him. That doesn't prove anything, but it does tell me that whatever happened between them, some honest change happened and they moved forward together.
You don't know why.
That's a beautiful thing.
You don't know why there's a separation, if there's separation of the calling each other, whatever.
Vic, what?
You don't know why.
He ain't seen her or the kids in 6 months. Wait, how do you know this, Vic?
Yeah.
Now, I just needed, how do you know?
And plus, Ye, he went up to LA to make, when he got in the car crash, he was in LA. And his mom was in Chicago. He was in LA. That doesn't mean he didn't want to be around her. He was just working.
Ask Dave Free. Man, I'm not going to ask Dave Free, man. I don't need to do that.
There's no proof, though.
If you still bumping R. Kelly, you could thank the savior.
So, hold up. Okay, so Vic, does Drake have a daughter? Yes or no? Because there's as much proof that Drake has a daughter that there is that Dave Free was the father. Come on now. Don't do this, Vic. If we're going to take allegations, then Drake is a pedophile and a sex trafficker. And Kendrick Lamar is a wife beater and is a cuck. I will still take Kendrick Lamar. So if we're going to play this game where we take accusations as fact, your boy Drake needs to be under the ground 5 years ago.
Talk that shit, boy. That's how I taught you. We could
said if they deleted his music, then your music is going to a hypocrite. I don't understand. Deleted his music, then your music is going to, it feeds your nature.
I don't want to fight a woman beater. It feeds your nature. That means you're a woman. You're about to get beat. Okay.
If you still bumping R. Kelly, you could thank the savior. Said if they deleted his music, then your music is going to a hypocrite. I don't understand why these people praise you. Sounding like you sent him commissary when he needs some paper. Album dropping soon. No wonder you turn a clout chaser instead of doing hard labor.
Somebody break that down. I didn't even really know what he's...
I guess he's saying he's got money problems.
He's saying Kendrick's album is coming out soon. But
this boy Riggy's on his shit today, boy. J. Cole's that kid who got the "don't come to class today" text. Yeah, that's why you apologize. And niggas like, yo, chill, Cole. But honestly though, Cole would be a much better showing than this. The
thing is, here's the thing. When it comes to the Cole situation, Drake has always been the one escalated. He said, "I'll be with the bodyguards like Whitney on Drake's first diss." So, and like that, there's not really any personal shots. You know, he dissed OVO 40 for like having some like physical disorder, or something like that, or he get clicks up or something. But he didn't come out really in the family at all. It was always Drake that took it to family when it comes to push-ups where he said be the bodyguards like Whitney, and then on the Family Matters, which took it to a whole nother level, and then Kendrick come meet the Grams. So if you watch the timeline, it's always Drake that's taking it really up here.
First thing they tell you is about de-escalation, man.
J. Cole, I think, would have kept it, we're trading bars. Kendrick is not on that shit. If he was, he would have said something and like that. He wasn't. Unlike that, the diss is a challenge to a lyrical battle. Drake is taking it there. So J. Cole, we're not giving him any props because J. Cole, I don't believe, would have escalated that. He wouldn't have had to deal with it.
Well, I agree, but just lyrically, I think. I mean, this is pathetic.
Yeah, this is pathetic.
This is pathetic.
I mean, if I can,
so incriminating.
I can write something right now that's more disrespectful to Kendrick than this. Like, this is terrible.
And something that doesn't make you look like a pedophile.
Yeah, that's because I'm not.
Right.
Or dissing
I'm on the side of the survivors.
every pedophile victim. You're dissing every pedophile victim when you're dissing Drake. Just like with the whole beard situation, you're dissing pretty much every beard.
The lack
now,
of self-awareness.
You're dissing every pedophile. Or
Crazy.
every pedophile victim.
I just
The
don't
lack of
understand how he didn't
self-awareness
see the double
is
on the woman
crazy.
thing. Like that was...
That's what I'm saying. That
God is
ghostwriter.
against you.
That ghostwriter fucked him up, bro. I'm telling you, Kendrick. That ghostwriter is working for Kendrick. You can't. Nobody can convince me otherwise.
Nigga, I see you when I see you like Fantasia.
Stop! What? That's a phrase that we use in the "I see you when I see you" means it's gonna be some smoke, blah
like
blah blah.
Fantasia?
This is not a metal review.
See, when I was Fantasia's a singer, she won the what do you call it? Well, she didn't win American Idol, but she.
What's the connection between "I'll see you when I see you"?
Because she has a song "When I See You."
Oh my god!
And it's
so
funny.
that's more win bars.
But you know that well, he took that actually from those drill rappers in Florida, because they made a whole song about that called "When I See You," and it was Fantasia's song, and it was one of those "I'm smoking my op" songs. All the rest, it was a terrible song. They shot the video at a fucking cemetery, literally.
I mean,
they shot the video at a cemetery, and it was "When I See You," because the other rap group had taken this pop song from a white girl and turned it into a drill song. So then Fulio took that song, "When I See You," and turned it into a drill song. So you actually took that from Fulio in Jacksonville, fucking Florida, Drake.
He could be referencing.
This wasn't even you.
But he's referencing he like Fantasia, then Whitney. You can like it sounds like he's like using like other
he
female
says,
singers'
"Whitney,
songs.
you can hit me if you need a favor."
That's
Whitney
one of her
is
songs?
his fiance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh.
Whitney's the name of Kendrick's fiance.
Yeah.
So he's saying, "You can hit me if you need a favor."
Which is also a play on words.
Ridiculous.
It's a play
Ridiculous.
on words. Why?
Because "hit me," which also could be like,
Right, hit me because
Right.
Kendrick was supposedly hitting her or whatever.
Yeah.
You can hit me if you need a favor.
So
That
yeah,
is supposed to be equivalent to "Meet the Grams." This little 2-word thing he said
Oh,
about
not
this
like
girl.
us.
Come on, man, let's go.
Whitney, you can hit me if you need a favor. And when I say I hit your back, it's a lot safer. I promise.
I promise.
I promise. Okay.
Okay. I mean, okay.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, this shit was some good exercise. Like, it's good to get out.
Okay, so he's giving up here. He's throwing in the towel. I'm not gonna lie, this shit was some good exercise. That's what you say when it's over with. See what I'm saying?
I'll get the pen working. You would be a worthy competitor if I was really a predator and you weren't fucking lying to every blogger and editor, but...
Very convincing.
You know what this reminds me of? R. Kelly's interview.
I'm fighting for my life. This is my life. My life. That's slow, man.
It is what it is. You definitely got this shit burnt the fuck.
Yep. He burnt you the fuck out for sure.
He did.
But the only
That's why the thumbnail has those
the
flames.
only song I've ever heard that was more disrespectful to Drake than the song we used yesterday was this song today.
Yeah.
It's one thing for a person to say,
Yeah.
"You're a pedo." It's
Yes.
another thing for a person to say, "I'm a pedo."
Right.
Fucking weirdo.
God's against you.
Out though, like, you got 10 more records to drop. The one before the last one, we finessed you into telling a story that doesn't even exist.
So now he's going back to that story?
I just don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't think anybody cares. And I don't believe you.
Yeah, I
think it's 50-50.
I don't believe
And
him.
secondly, here's the other reason I don't care. If you did have a daughter, everything Kendrick said would be applicable based on how you were with your son. Mm-hmm. And based on the way you're talking about children's sexual integrity in this song.
Oh, no. What if... Okay, this is a theory. What if he is actually a pedophile and the mother of the daughter doesn't want him around, so he has to pretend she doesn't exist? So he can say she doesn't exist because the mom and all that doesn't want it to happen.
And I'm sure there's some NDA somewhere or whatever.
Yep.
Right? Non-disclosure agreement.
Yep.
You can keep your millions, blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
I don't care.
I mean, it doesn't... The thing is, this track is so different to Drake, it doesn't matter. Kendrick is still made to go out and take selfies with LeBron. That privilege is thankfully taken away from Drake.
It really is. I really want to see what LeBron's gonna do, bro.
So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, even if he did that, okay, that's really embarrassing for Kendrick. But this right here, you're not able to hang out with niggas no more.
Look. Negative says it. Even if there's no daughter, then okay, well, you're still a deadbeat and still a predator and still have sex offenders in your crew, which you did not address correct.
Right.
He talked about the dude it Baca?
Yeah, he name dropped him.
He specifically named the dude and then said he did years for sex trafficking.
If you think that this is a good track,
and you didn't even address, well, the track isn't even, there's 50 seconds left, but this sounds like the narrative part where you're just talking blah, 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 but damn.
And then you go and drop the West Coast one and try and cover that up. I would like that one. That would be some shit I could dance to if you wasn't.
Oh, not like us.
Tripling down on some whole other bullshit, but you know, at least your fans are getting some raps out of you. I'm happy.
I mean, this is just him quitting, right? He just quit. He's quitting.
See.
He's quitting.
We'll see.
You know, at least your fans are getting some raps out of you.
Yeah, no one's just gonna play this in the club.
Because you know what happened? Because this guy takes a long time to put out releases.
Yeah.
Kendrick does. But
he's making actual art.
He's like bang
but
on these.
Kendrick is an actual artist, though. Like the way,
you know,
like you see all the modes he went through in that one song, like the different personalities and the different vocal textures. Like the guy is literally using words as art. I don't even he's not my favorite rapper by any stretch of the imagination.
And he didn't trap his own self.
But I mean, he's clearly a thinker.
Like Drake has.
He's clearly a person who's been thinking about the black struggle his entire life. And Kendrick wants to be part of our crew, but you didn't go through the struggle, man.
You said Kendrick wants
Drake. You didn't go through the struggle, Aubrey.
And the other thing is, Drake dropped so much. Like Certified Lover Boy was last time. He's let out 4 more albums since Certified Lover Boy. Like, Drake, his albums are not that substantive. The way that Kendrick is, he can't just have multiple ghostwriters. If he did have a ghostwriter, it would have to be 1 or 2 that stay with him the entire time, because how deep it goes, how substantive it is, you just can't do that. But with Drake, he raps about fucking women and stuff like that, and all that stuff. With Drake, is if you listen to Certified Lover Boy and maybe if you listen to 3 of his albums, you already know the gist of it already. You already know pretty much every album's gonna be. You just don't know the sound or the specific whatever. But it's not. It's all the same thing with Drake, and it's just put out constantly. It's it's okay, all right, But Kendrick, he actually puts out good albums. Almost every single one of them. Keem does not, bro. Keem's catalog doesn't even stand a chance to Drake. So how could Keem write for Drake? And why wouldn't Kendrick? If Keem wrote for Drake for Kendrick, why wouldn't Keem do a collab with Drake sooner than 2020? That's the stupidest shit I've heard in my life.
Yo, these people are smart as hell. Look at this. I don't even know this person. Foul Uso Davis. As a fan, we want raps, but these ain't the ones we wanted, Drake.
Right.
He just took credit. He just took credit for ending his own career. Correct. You know what this is like? I don't know if you guys saw Breaking Bad, but there's a specific episode where a tragedy happens, and the protagonist was directly responsible for the tragedy. And the whole school is there, and they're mourning or whatever. And so the guy starts talking about, well, it really wasn't that bad, and people die every day, and at the end of the day, it's just
there was more situations where more
people have died. It wasn't that bad because he was trying to get himself, he was trying to clear his own conscience to himself. But bruh, and look, here's the problem for me, okay? Yeah. This picture right here.
It's beautiful.
Okay?
Actually, move it so they can see it.
This picture right here is everything, man.
Oh, look, he's packing.
Really?
Yeah, of course. He's got the gun. He's got the messianic type gear. He's got his kids. He's got his girl. They're not living in like an extremely rich circumstance.
Right.
He could have took this picture in a mansion and all the rest of it. He took it like that because he's saying, black people,
I think
this is beautiful.
Or something?
Yeah. It's like it's imperfect, but there they are.
Yeah.
And that's the image you want to destroy for us. Nah, I'm okay.
Come on, bro.
Listen.
That and being vulnerable
you guys,
about being violated.
I watched my mother physically abused. Okay? I also watched my big brother, who was like 55 pounds soaking wet, take up a bat to go defend my mom in one of those situations. Everybody knows how I feel about domestic violence relative to men putting their hands on women. However, I've also told you guys from the beginning, all of us are sinners. None of us are perfect. And if Drake participated in some nasty whatever shit, there's nothing that Drake can do that God would not forgive him for. That's not my problem. My problem is black people do not have a lot of examples of black love being successful in the context of a day-to-day life, because you have Beyonce and Jay-Z, and again, there was some impropriety with Jay-Z, and they worked it out.
Yeah.
So, black people need this kind of imagery, and we need our heroes saying, this is cool. When I was coming up, my role models were saying, me give my heart to a woman, not for nothing, never happen, I'll be forever macking. Hot cold like assassin. I got no patience and I hate waiting. Don't get your ass in. That's what we were taught. Those were the images we were given. I didn't have this imagery when I was 17, 19 years old. And that's the image you're trying to take down, man. Stop, bro. Stop. I would love if Kendrick and his wife had an actual sit-down interview and told us what was going on for the sake of the culture. Right?
If it happened?
If it happened, whatever happened. But dudes, the brother of this woman completely supports Kendrick. The mother supports Kendrick. And he is purposely making this imagery. What happens between people in those situations, man, I don't know. We continue.
I can motivate you, bring you back to the game, but just let me know when we get into the facts. Everything in my shit is facts.
Okay.
Waiting on you to return the favor.
Then we accept what you say. You called yourself a woman. You also there's been a lot of facts you've dropped in this, and we appreciate you telling us that you stick to the facts.
So that's not even a fact that was true. He wasn't even molested.
Yeah, and the implication that his baby's not his baby, like,
Jesus, fam,
ridiculous. 18 seconds left of this torture, guys.
I mean, I like comedy.
Yo, these people are ruthless out here.
These
people are ruthless out here. You see Negative Vibes? Negative Vibes, some of you are new. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Is literally probably the most positive person we have in our community. He calls himself Negative Vibes is an ironic gesture, but he sounds so tired. Bro probably hasn't slept since I'm right. He's right.
I think it's true.
He's 100%. He did. He sounded tired.
Yeah, I thought so too.
He's talking about, I had effects. How come you didn't mention Baka in there?
Wait, Drake just dropped again.
Of him looking uncomfortable.
Drake just dropped again.
Oh, Drake dropped again. 2 a.m. in Whitney.
Bro.
Okay.
Bro, Kendrick.
Okay.
Kendrick. We need you.
Wait, Drake
to
just
West
dropped
Coast
again.
Savior.
No. Okay.
Come fuck this boy up again, bro.
Okay,
Hold on,
hey, we gotta change. We gotta. Okay, so 2 a.m. in Whitney. We're gonna do it right here. We're gonna do it right here.
Drake just dropped a second one.
He just
so he understood that the other one was trash.
2 a.m. He bought another Ghostwriter. The other Ghostwriter was like, yeah, we gotta do something.
They've been going back to back
Oh
anyway.
no! What do you mean back to back? Drake already put one.
Oh, it's a theme to go like back to back. So. For
So
example,
load up twice?
so you had push-ups and then you had
I'll load up
tailor-made
twice,
freestyle.
What is it?
And then you had
2
Euphoria
a.m.
and
in
616
Whitney.
in LA. So this has been a theme in the beef. And Whitney.
I can find it yet. 2 a.m.
Just put Drake.
in Whitney.
Oh, I don't know if we have the music video, the lyric video up yet.
Drake next track 2 a.m. in Whitney. Hold on, guys. No, that's a
leaked?
101 leak thing.
Oh,
Hey, homeboy, send us
Is
a
it out
link.
yet? Is it out yet?
Send us a link to 2 a.m. in Whitney.
I don't think you'll be able
Where?
to post a link
On what
to-
streaming service?
What streaming service is it?
Yeah. And if you're trying to
Bro,
send us the link, send it to Vinny.
I think Bo is daydreaming.
Oh, he's hoping because he's the one Drake fan that's left on the planet. But
Bro, where's academics, man?
yeah. Hold on, 2 a.m. Type in 2 a.m. in Whitney, babe.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I'll put Drake on there. Drake's new track 2 a.m. in Whitney.
That was 2 days ago.
Yeah, I think 2 a.m. in Whitney was probably the name of this record. You
What
probably got it
streaming service?
confused.
What streaming service did he drop on?
Vic, I think 2 a.m. is Whitney was probably the working title for this song before it got dropped.
Yeah, Vic. Vic, what streaming service is it on? Just tell us.
Drake is attracted to Caucasian women. Nothing wrong, because I haven't heard him diss black women, but black family life has been ambushed, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm with a white woman. I don't do this shit,
Vic, why
man.
are you so quiet?
I get it. I'm with a white woman. And I'm not going to blame. There's nobody to blame. You love who you love. But what I'm saying is we did not have dudes that were promoting that kind of aesthetic to us at the popular level, right? You had conscious rappers, your Common Sense, The Roots, those kind of guys. But like the dudes that were like hitting major numbers, winning Grammys and shit weren't saying that shit. But now we got some guy who's saying the shit and providing us some imagery and aesthetics to. It's beautiful, and I want that protected as much as I can. Vic, I don't think Vic isn't lying. I just think that 2 a.m. in Whitney was the working title for the song that we just listened to, I think is the point.
Yeah.
Because, again, yeah, he's capping. That nigga's straight capping. It's There is one on Reddit, but that was 2 days ago.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago?
Yeah, look up again.
Drake's next track 2 days ago, right there.
Go back. Those fellows that posted 2 weeks ago.
Looked like it was 2 days ago. Where you at? Right here? 2 days ago.
Maybe I got it wrong.
Yeah, I just think that was the working title for the song that we just listened to, bro. Okay, so we listened to the entire song.
How many lyrics on Genius? Well,
No, it wasn't.
It's not there.
It wasn't.
It's not there. It's this song. I mean, you could tell like he's resigning in this song. Like he's like he said it like
the exercise.
He said, "Oh, it's fun with the exercise." Blah 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 blah. Come back to me when you have facts, because everything I said was facts. Well, he did talk about your sex trafficking partner there. He actually named him. He named him. You didn't say anything about it. Why are you protecting sex traffickers, Jake? And then on
paying them. Why are you paying them?
Why are you paying and protecting and promoting these sex traffickers?
And you have a child? Oh, we got Donald Trump in the chat.
And you have a child. Oh, we got Donald Trump in this bitch.
If it weren't for Crooked Joe.
Why drop this trash if he was going to drop an hour later? I think what happened was somebody said, "Did you actually review these lyrics before you sent them out?" He's like, "What are you talking about?"
Very good people feel bad. It's terrible. Trump, bro. You know Drake is not good people, man.
Who?
Trump. Come on, man.
Well, if Trump is defending Drake, that's the end of Drake, right? You see what I'm saying? That's the point of what he's doing. That's why he's doing that. I love a quick release. I love a quick release with no one to tell them no. Yeah. Yo, these people are funny.
Yep.
You guys are funny. You guys should show up more. Holy shit.
You're a 6'9" guy. Run for your life. Bro.
Run for your He said, keep the family away.
You lied.
You lied. He said, LeBron, keep the family away. Curry, keep the family.
Bro, listen, anybody that still wants to date Drake after this, That's fine.
Date him.
Hide your younger sisters.
Make sure you
your
get
daughters,
drinks with covers
hide
on
them
them.
all.
Make sure
Hide
you get
them
those
all.
drinks with the covers on them.
Yeah.
A lot of that shit going around with people.
They have that nail polish now. You can stick it in the drink.
Yeah.
Changes color.
Oh, that's so smart.
Yeah, maybe they can sell it right from Drake's website.
Just don't go.
Maybe it's
over
like
there.
a nightclub survival packet.
Stay away from the.
Oh
the white
my
card.
God. Lawyers and his PR team wrote this for him. Drake wrote the last part himself. I bet. When he was just sitting there complaining, you're not saying anything truthful. Nigga, we have the paperwork on your friend.
And all he did was rehash the stuff on Family Matters. That's all he did.
Yeah.
With nothing new.
And he made himself, the new thing to me was he doesn't
There
think
was plenty
pedophilia
of-
is that big of a problem.
Right.
And then he's a
You're
woman.
and
this is his coming out track.
Yeah,
You should celebrate this because this is his coming out track.
The only
He's
time,
coming out as a pedophile and as
the only time, I don't know anything about Kendrick and his domestic violence situation, but the only time I've ever seen Kendrick beat a woman was in this rap. That's the only time. And you know, I'm listen, man. This is the most one-sided rap beef I've ever seen in my life. And now I'm thinking to myself, damn, Meek Mill, how the hell did you lose to this boy? How, Meek? That means that Meek, you're not really that good of a rapper yourself, bro. But you know, Meek is different. Meek is not even denying this shit. He's just like, I'm a millionaire. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
You got your
the nigga got you bunny hopping.
Yeah.
Rapping about gun popping. Stop it, you're just capping.
Oh my
Every time
God.
you be rapping.
Drake is getting Ja Rule. Yeah. I really believe this is not good, man.
Especially the For All the Dogs was not that good of an album, was not perceived that well at all.
It's just the wrong time to say you talking about pedophilia. You're so obsessed with pedophilia.
Yeah,
you're
it's
so
aggressive.
You're so aggressive about
It's
it.
so aggressive. Why do you even consider
man.
saying you're not your children? What are you doing?
So
Get off my nigga Baka, bro. It's not even your children. What's going on here, man?
yeah, like it's weird.
Bro,
All right.
sweating.
All right. Drake represents that Bohemian Grove. Look, Cat Williams said that 2024 was the year of revelation, and it's been revealed.
Well, people are revealing.
Shout out to my man Vic though for being a faithful friend to Drake because Drake got like 3 of them left. Good job.
And Vic is the only one that's not a predator. So
Well, we don't know about anybody. I don't know who Vic is. I just don't. I am not. What we're saying.
That's a little bit.
No, all I'm saying is that what is going on in this rap and the way that the victim was being treated. I don't know how anybody would support Drake in this.
Well, because you've been fanning him for years, and now it's coming out. It's embarrassing. I don't think at all that. I mean, to say that you could say about anybody in this chat. You know,
I'll tell you what. I did not believe that Drake had any interest in underage girls. I saw the diss. I saw the diss yesterday. I was like, okay, you know, Epstein, Weinstein, okay.
But you didn't know about he produced Euphoria though.
And I didn't know about that. But this song,
yeah, it's all cool.
This song makes me believe it's very possible. The dismissive attitude, he has around that topic.
Yeah.
Like that topic is literally the only topic left where there's a majority opinion.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the only topic where you can universally say that person's going to say that that's not right. I don't need to know you. I don't need to know your political. I don't need to know your religion. I don't have not a bunch of atheists walking around outside talking about let's reduce age of consent to 12-year-olds. Like all of us.
Yeah.
Are on the same page in our society, at least on that topic, and then you come out and say, why are you being so aggressive about it?
Harvey Epstein, bro.
Bruh. And then you brought up Epstein, and I know that's a little bit, straining at gnats, but...
Who brought Epstein?
I'm sorry.
Who brought Epstein?
I don't think
he did. He used the term Epstein.
I don't think it's straining at gnats because he
Kendrick
brought it up.
said
It was never
Weinstein.
even in the song.
Kendrick said Weinstein.
Yeah.
In my view, Epstein is orders of magnitude worse than Weinstein.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
and he was saying
Well,
that you might that you're
K-Dub,
bringing that up because
please
you might be able
drop
to find
something.
stuff on TikTok.
Please drop something.
It doesn't matter.
Why?
It doesn't matter how much stuff you searched for you and Epstein, you would find nothing.
correct.
So what are
Yeah.
you talking about? There's going to be something that you
Right,
might
because
dig up on
he has
TikTok.
Euphoria, he has the
Okay,
17-year-old, he has
Yeah.
Brought
brothers
up
on
out
his
of nowhere,
side.
Yeah.
and you admitted that there is something out there.
Right.
What?
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
How
Like,
could
if
someone
I was in a
speculate
rap
your
battle with
profile?
somebody, I'd be like, I know exactly where they're gonna go. They're gonna be like, oh, you're a Christian, blah 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 blah. But then we knew the people that you did this, you did this, you did this. You're sitting here talking about nonviolence with Jesus. You did this, this, and this. It's like, okay, you're guilty, man. You're guilty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep.
This shit right here. All right. Kendrick allegedly has 10 records. I think he wanted to give proof at the end. All right.
Well, he said that he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. So he referenced the 5 tracks that he released. And so I think he's saying he has 5 more records left.
Ice Dragon. Because Drake didn't defend it. He just said, I'd be in jail. I would be in jail if it was true. But what about Diddy?
Right.
He's still free
Exactly.
daily dancing right now. Nigga, Diddy's in
Exactly.
Florida doing the
Exactly.
shake.
Right.
Yeah.
This was
Exactly.
such a stupid... And again, for this time period that we're all in,
Yeah.
why isn't Puffy in jail?
Yeah. Because we all know that money talks.
Why isn't Puffy in jail then,
Yeah.
Drake?
Yeah.
Right.
It's obvious
Also,
to anybody.
Trump, did Epstein kill himself? Did Epstein kill himself?
Kendrick took an automatic L by taking the bait.
No.
Dylan.
No, Drake took the automatic L by mocking somebody for being molested. That's an automatic L. What Kendrick did, taking the bait, if he did, which you don't know is true or not, then that's a headshot. That's pretty embarrassing. But
It's not embarrassing to me. And the reason it's not embarrassing to me,
Well,
the reason it's not embarrassing to me is because the way that he treated his son
right.
led all of us to
Right.
believe, yeah, that nigga could have
And
a daughter
plus-
and that
and
he would
plus-
abandon.
yeah, plus-
like that to me,
Yeah.
the fact that all of us believe that
Right.
quickly. No, listen, people can say whatever they want about me. Anybody that made a song about me abandoning my kids would look stupid.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Nobody that knows me would believe
On
that.
top of that, a week after the Pusha T record, the week after the Pusha T record, the whole time he was saying it was a lie. But then once the paternity test came back, he admitted it a week later. So it hasn't even been a week yet.
Yeah, you
so
publicly
we have to see whether or not
you
Drake is gonna
publicly
claim the daughter or
denied
not.
your own son on the internet forever.
Trump, you didn't answer my question.
So
Yeah.
Trump is not really. He's not.
I know.
being serious.
I know.
Yeah,
it's
like,
about actually Trump,
yeah.
bro.
I mean, yeah. He should have never went in that direction, man. He never should have brought Kendrick's family into it, man. Because Kendrick, at the end of that 616 song, he said, "Don't lie about me,
That was
and I won't tell the
Euphoria.
truth about you."
That was Euphoria, yeah.
Right? He said, "Don't lie
Tell
about
no
me."
lies about me. I won't tell no truths about you. Yeah. And at the end of the day, credibility. Come on now, like Drake has so much more credibility.
Again, you know, shout out to all the faithful Drake fans in the world. But the thing about the daughter thing, to me, I'm sorry, man. Like, on the one hand,
I
it's
wonder
like
how academics
it's
react
like
to this.
it's like who could think who would have thought? Let's use a child as bait.
So sick.
Like, I
And you
don't.
have to go back that far into the past. You go all the way to the past, the beginning of this man's life,
Yeah.
and then use his sexual
His trauma.
as
Like,
that's the
with
best thing you
Terry
have.
Crews. With Terry Crews, like, you know, he was an adult when that happened. So if you want to diss him with that, I think that's a different situation. But with the child, it's just there's just what can you say?
Yeah, we're talking about kids here.
Right.
So
It's just really.
you know, it's
Just the fact that you would think that
Yeah,
that's
freaky ass.
appropriate. It says it all right there.
yeah. The whole background of the Drake song is a white flag. Pedo child groomer freaky ass nigga. Hell yeah, that was a white flag for sure at the end.
That was a red flag. That's what that
he
was.
He don't want no more to come
So
out.
red,
That was
white.
the weakest, that's got to be the weakest comeback I've ever heard in my life, because like you literally like did worse.
Yeah. He
The
wouldn't be
bait-
able to say anything.
The bait isn't only the child; it's a fake album art that Kendrick used as an
Okay.
album art, and then had to remove it when he realized it was bait from Drake. I don't,
Okay.
Dylan. Nobody cares.
Bro, okay.
None of us cares about
Dylan,
the bait
answer me
thing. I don't
this.
care.
Answer me this. What's more embarrassing, the bait or mocking somebody for something that happened to them when they were a child? What's more embarrassing? Just tell me which one's more embarrassing. Because again, it doesn't listen. If everything that Drake has said about Kendrick is true, he falls for misinformation. He beats his wife, and he's a cuck. If everything that Kendrick is saying is true, he surrounds himself with pedophiles. He is one himself, and I think that's pretty much
that's all you need.
But that's all you. That's all
you need.
So
you're an aider and abetter of people who harm children.
And again,
and then you came out in this song and said that he was being too aggressive about protecting children's sexual integrity.
Yeah.
To me,
and also
that's you admitting that you're one of them.
This looks like someone in OVO is working for Kendrick because of how bad that was.
And please, Drake, if you would keep our gender out of your mouth, because we don't want to be associated with you calling yourself that. You're the woman in the song. We're not.
and keep my race out your fucking mouth.
Shout out to Drake. Hey, Drake.
Maybe Rabbi Smoothie and the Jews.
Drake. Don't let Soraya hurt your feelings.
Hopefully they don't.
Don't let Soraya hurt your feelings, Drake. Trans women are women. Don't let her hurt your feelings.
This is some Rabbi Smoothie ass shit, man.
Shout out to Rabbi Shmuley. Later, guy. Yeah, a grown man using a minor as bait. How can you not see a problem with that? Yeah, it doesn't land for me at all.
That's not even as bad as this in his supposed trauma.
Yeah,
I'm supposed because he said he wasn't molested.
First of all, that means you have nothing.
First of all,
yeah, exactly.
You have to dig all the way to the past and bring up a child's trauma.
Let's think through this logic for a second.
Let's do.
I am known as a deadbeat dad. Mm-hmm. I came out publicly and denied my own son.
Yep.
There's a rapper 3 or 4 years ago who actually called us out, and I ran. He turned tail. He didn't respond to that diss from Pusha T.
He even made a loss.
So now I'm in this problem with Kendrick. I know Kendrick is gonna. Okay, so then
is he not a pedophile?
So they all got together and they said, okay,
what's the proof?
How do we want to attack this hip hop situation? And somebody said, well, let's invent a child. And we already know that everybody knows that you're a deadbeat father who denied your son. So that means he's going to believe that you also did it to a little girl. So let's do that. And then he'll look really stupid when he brings that up in a rap.
Yeah.
Think about the implications there.
Come on now.
The only reason that bait worked is because he was already a type of guy who abandoned his own child. If Kendrick was battling me, I promise you he wouldn't go with that angle.
Nope.
God.
Well, we don't know if she's a real person or not. We don't know that, especially after it's calling into question. So we can't say that he's a real child. Like again, it's instant to prove him guilty. But with Drake, Euphoria is about minors in a hypersexualized context.
Shout out to Dylan Romano.
It was even so bad that Matt Walsh featured it in his thingy.
Yeah, Euphoria is bad.
Right. So
it's a bad message for young people.
And he's the producer of that. He surrounds himself with pedophiles. All of this shit. He's
got underage. In the show, the kids are clearly portrayed as underage having sex with 40, 50-year-old dudes. It's fucking disgusting.
This is I mean, like, come on now, like. It's just
okay, Dylan Romano. Kendrick hasn't seen his kids in 6 months and beats on his wife. How are you as a father defending him? Dylan, I don't know that Kendrick did that.
Yeah,
Do
I was
you?
going to say, what's the proof?
Or also...
Wait. I know that Kendrick is accused of that, but I don't have any definitive evidence. What we do have evidence, though, is Drake's friend, Barack, whatever the fuck, did time for sex trafficking. And then Drake tweeted about how happy he was for this guy to get out of prison.
He also said it's no coincidence that you got molested. That's what he said. He said, in no uncertain terms, he said it's no coincidence that you got molested.
He also said, Dylan, that Kendrick was being too aggressive and obsessive about children's sexual integrity.
Yeah, it's not Christ-like. If you call somebody a pedophile, you better have undeniable proof that he's a pedophile. I mean, we all think that he is possibly a pedophile, but you can't come out and say that. So yeah, you're right about that.
Vic,
if Kendrick is
don't misquote me, Vic. That's not what I said. What I said
was... What I said was...
took what Kendrick said about the pedophilia stuff with a grain of salt. You can go back and look in this video because I said it. I said I didn't start believing that Drake was pedo adjacent until this song, where he said you're too obsessive and aggressive about this sexual shit with kids. Your boy Drake said that on wax voluntarily, and that is when my mind changed about him. The shit that came out of his own mouth, not the shit that Kendrick said. So I hope that clarifies for you, my brother. Killing him being ain't calling somebody a pedo without proof, and the young man beside you did. Well, I mean, look.
Did I call him pedo? If I did, you know, I guess I'll apologize to Jake and say, you know, we can't
apologize to Drake. What you can say is, I don't have evidence to convict you.
Well, no, I mean, in my personal least, if I call you pedophile before it's under proof, I think that I sinned against you, and I'm going to apologize for that. Okay. So I think that, you know, I shouldn't do that. But I think he's a pedophile. That's what I will say. And his actions with a whole bunch of stuff, especially making they weren't actual minors, but making minors that are pretending to do certain stuff. That to me is very weird. And you also have to wonder if Drake watches the show. It seems like that Drake wants to see minors in those situations.
He said it!
He
said it in his own song. He's like, you're being too aggressive about this shit with minors, bro.
Producer of that. So,
and then he mocked him for getting sexually violated. So Vic, that did not change until he started those words. Okay? So look, secondly, from a biblical perspective, this man has already condemned himself because he's out there with a known sex trafficker who did time for sex trafficking. And I don't know if you know anything about the Bible. Jesus specifically said, people that harm and destroy children, it would be better for you if you killed yourself. So we're not gonna play games about people who
it's not a backpedal, it's a correction.
Who make statement. No,
why would I backpedal?
It's correction. No. Vic doesn't understand because what happens is, he's never seen somebody take responsibility for their actions on the internet. So you're saying, I need to apologize, blah, 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 blah. He's calling it a backpedal. No, Vic. From the beginning, I said this in this tape. You can rewind it. I said, I didn't believe that he was like that until he said all this shit. Because I've been around pedophiles, and they have the exact same attitude. That is what I said, and it's very important for it to be said so that people can recognize these people when they're around.
Right, that's true.
I've actually been in the ground with these people who have been sexually violated. And they have the exact same attitude, Vic. I don't know if you've ever worked with people in the inner city who's been sexually violated, okay? But it is absolutely Christ-like to warn people that there is a predator on the loose. And the shit that he said here was predatory. He mocked Kendrick for being molested.
Yeah. Also, Dylan. And the black people have, especially black men, have been falsely accused of stuff that R. Kelly was doing. So for the people of the black community to support R. Kelly, that does not automatically make them guilty. I don't know how much Kendrick knew about what was going on with R. Kelly, and I don't know what his response was after it happened.
I do not care about R. Kelly.
Yeah, I know he was not falsely accused. I'm saying that stuff that happens. And multiple people have been lynched because of that.
Okay, Dylan, get me the quote where Kendrick, after R. Kelly's conviction, that he defended him.
Right. So
get me that information.
But remember, out of Drake's own mouth, he said, let's get to that now, this Epstein angle, which was never brought up in the previous song.
It was
Weinstein that was talked about.
He brought up Billy.
Anybody, literally, I don't care if anybody has any interactions with Epstein that can be brought up in pictures and stuff. That is so friggin' questionable to me. That puts you in a category, right, because of what was happening over there with that. Anybody with a heart for children and the protection of children wouldn't have anything to do with Epstein but beating the hell out of him.
Vic, I just said, get me the info after his conviction where Kendrick defended him.
And also,
that's what I said. So get me the info. Listen, I'm not a Kendrick Lamar fan. I don't really know much about dude. I'm just a hip hop fan. And I'm also a father.
Of daughters and sons. And
drop the link in the chat.
Also, think about it.
Dylan.
For example, what's his name? Yeah, Trump. He was hanging out with Epstein. He's on the Epstein list.
Dude,
all of a sudden
he can't drop it. It's gonna block it.
All of a
Dylan,
sudden,
you're not gonna be able to drop the link in the chat. You're gonna have
Trump
to send it. You're gonna have to
okay.
send it to vinandsorry@gmail.com.
Well, just tell me the title. Tell me the title of the page you're on.
All of a sudden, Trump thinks that Epstein did kill himself. Trump, who's saying fake news and stuff like that, thinks Epstein killed himself.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, I cringed because I used to be a big Trump supporter because of what he did with Kanye. Which I guess that when Negroes don't read, I guess that's what happens. Black people get free when Negroes don't read, and I guess that's a
Who said that?
Don Lemon, remember?
Oh yeah, Don Lemon. Yeah. Kanye West is what happens when Negroes don't read or whatever.
So anyway, yeah. So I used to be a big Trump supporter, gladly, right? But when he said that, it changed for me because that means you're doing shit with minors. Otherwise, like, that's not definitive proof, but that's really suspicious that you would say Epstein killed himself. All that stuff, and also if you say Epstein didn't kill himself, then almost get you the election because everyone knows he didn't.
Yeah, I'm looking for this. So, what? Dylan, can you tell us the name of the article where he said where
Justice R. Kelly I'm Mr. Morale.
He said, where is this defense of R. Kelly? Kendrick Lamar threatens to pull music from Spotify over new hate content policy. Kendrick reportedly expressed concern that the policy unfairly targeted people of color.
Yeah.
Spotify plans to walk back its new hateful conduct policy. The policy, based on the artist's career's behavior, it immediately affected R. Kelly and Triple X Tentacion, who's been accused of sexual take-hey, who is currently awaiting trial on murder charges, also currently.
So Excess Tentacion he's a very, in my opinion, he said all he wants is he's dead now. He said all he wants is in music is to help kids with their depression, stuff like that.
Yeah.
He had a whole album called 17, which he was really vulnerable on, whatever.
Okay,
I think Excess Tentacion is he was a very kind soul. So this is not
stop. Dylan. Please understand. Your boy has a actual convicted sex offender in his team. A guy that did time for sex trafficking in his team. You're trying to make an analogy between this is all I have. Mm-hmm. Kendrick Lamar threatens to pull music from Spotify over new hate content policy. Kendrick reportedly expressed concern that the policy unfairly targeted people of color.
And
Spotify plans to walk back its new hateful conduct policy. Bloomberg reports the policy removed artists based on an artist or creator's behavior that immediately affected R. Kelly and Triple X Tentacion, who have been accused of sexual misconduct, blah, 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 blah. Where is he defending R. Kelly?
Right.
Show me where he's defending R. Kelly. He's worried about people of color because we all know what happens when shit like that happens. So I need you,
this also
Dylan, any of you who are saying that Kendrick supported R. Kelly, and I'm not going to say that you lied because I don't think you read the article. You just, whatever, okay? So get me the info where he's specifically defending R. Kelly because that article
and somebody already brought up that he was dead to take the music off. I think it was Dylan.
Yeah.
Also, Christians discussing.
Here's Vic. Christians discussing rap battles and hate one on one man and love the other is insane. No, you're not understanding, bro.
We don't love. We even said we said a live stream that it's sus that Kendrick was holding on it until he got in a rap battle. We were saying that.
But aside from this, Vic, the Bible says love does not rejoice in iniquity, but it rejoices in the truth.
Yep.
I never said anything about hating Drake. What I will say is that anybody who loves children are going to have antipathic feelings for people who violate children.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And your boy Drake said out of his own mouth that Kendrick was being too aggressive relative to trying to defend the sexual integrity of children. Right. And the response from people who support Drake is to say, well, you said something about R. Kelly, as if they're in any way, shape, or form analogous.
Yeah.
That's the problem. He supported keeping R. Kelly's music on streaming platforms, not what R. Kelly did, because he knows that them white folks are going to go after every black person that they know because we all have records.
And it already happened to X too.
Yeah, it already happened to X.
Which X is an immature but a pretty decent human being. Yeah. And on top of that, anybody who's saying that X was killed by Drake. Anthony, I know you said that. There's no proof of that at all. In my opinion, he just got killed because he was walking around with like $5,000 in cash.
The fact that these people
let's not do that.
The fact that these people bring up the R. Kelly thing indicates that they know that Drake is a pedo. Because why would you bring up R. Kelly?
Right.
Why would you say, look at R. Kelly? Why? We know he's an actual. We know what he did. We had that shit on camera, my man. Nah, bro. Nah. Christians, there's a reason that Jesus got crucified, Vic. He didn't get crucified because
we're not always going to separate the person from the art.
Look, Jesus got crucified because he was telling folks shit they didn't want to hear. Mm-hmm. Stop. Mm-hmm. I know you like Drake. Look, you can continue to like Drake. It doesn't have any moral implications to you, but your man just came out here with the influence that he has, and he denigrated actions that are used to protect children.
Yep.
He did not address at all the fact that and by the way, none of you guys are either, by the way.
Just because you do
this is the 5th time I brought this up, and not a single one of you Drake defended. Why is there a convicted sex offender who did time? Why is your man Drake celebrating that and embracing him when he gets out of jail and keeping him in his circle where all these vulnerable women are? Because I brought that up 5 or 6 times. I haven't seen one of you guys address it. So could you please, Vic, Dylan, one of you guys address that, please?
And also, Tony, like, one, if somebody is rapping about killing people, they're not separating themselves from the art. So how could you endorse that? And if Drake was rapping about being a pedophile, would you support that? Like,
you probably would. I don't know.
Like, so Tony,
these guys don't really seem affected by the shit that Drake said in this song.
Yeah. Tony, like,
that shit is weird. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
You have to have some principles.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
You absolutely should keep the art and the artist together because the artist made the art.
Yeah,
they made the art. I'm not
gonna lie. It's weird. It's weird. Somebody makes fun of somebody getting molested as a child.
Come on now.
Y'all support? That's weird, man.
Also,
I don't know you from Adam. I'm just saying that shit is weird to me, bro.
Monetarily, that still affects them. Like if you're bumping Drake, you're monetarily helping him. So you could be indirectly supporting trafficking.
Look at Dylan. Okay, here's Dylan's response. I said, why is your man Drake cavorting with a known sex offender?
That's a word. It was a 22-year-old.
Whoa, no. I got this one. I said, why is your man Drake celebrating the release of this known sex offender? This man trafficked women over state lines. Here's your response. Jesus, help us, Lord. Help us. Right. Baca's crimes aren't against children.
What the fuck?
So, that's cool. Let's have the sex trafficker in an area where oodles and oodles of women are going to be funneled to him. Because Drake. Wow.
Tony, where do you draw the line?
That is mind-boggling to me. Holy shit.
Hold on.
You know what that reminds me of? Remember Matt Walsh was doing that, like, trans
Unfortunately, we know what Drake prefers. Dylan, man,
Tony,
I'm sorry.
It was real.
What was real?
Well, he's talking... Well, you guys already said that Kendrick said something happened to him when he was a kid.
Right.
And so Drake is talking about that directly. So we are not talking about a hypothetical situation. We're talking about something that actually happened to a child. And he's using it as fodder for his rap.
Yeah, Vic, I believe... please listen to me when I talk. Yesterday, I did not believe that was in his mind at all. But after hearing this song, I do believe it. Mm-hmm. Now, I've said that 3 times. Please deal with that. I'm saying the things that he said sound exactly like the people that me and her were working with in downtown Lewiston. I'm trying to tell you, this is our personal experience. Mm. I did not go by what he said. You can look. We did an entire 2-hour show yesterday. I never called Drake a pedo, none of that shit. But what he did today, that was some pedo-adjacent shit.
I'm not judging you, Tony. A lot of people do it, and to an extent, I've done it before. But I'm just saying, I just don't agree with that, and I think that you should change that principle. But I'm not here to judge you. I'm just here.
Here goes Vic. Here goes Vic. If I fly a lady out and I give her some money and we have sex. That's sex trafficking.
Who said that?
That's that is not true.
You know where I've heard that from?
That is not true.
You know where I've heard that from? Andrew Tate's crew.
Okay, now, stop. Okay, but this is what I'm saying. This is why this shit is important. Because now you got these dudes out here justifying this bullshit. Oh, she wasn't a child. Oh, if I fly a lady out and I give her some money and have sex, that's sex trafficking. Did you read the affidavit of the... See, this is what I'm talking about here. This is why Drake is a problem, and this is why I'm glad that God finally exposed him. This is the problem. Because now we got somebody, you heard him mock this guy for being molested, whether or not Kendrick was molested. You heard him say that Kendrick was being too aggressive about protecting children, etc., etc. You guys are cool with a guy who's been sex trafficking people, and then you're cool with Drake allegedly having this guy. And before you read anything, you're out here talking about, hey, if I just fly a girl over, that's sex trafficking, man. I'm so happy that God exposed this dude. This is not even about Kendrick Lamar anymore. This is a problem. We got problems here in hip hop, man. We got problems in hip hop. We got problems in metal too, where you got Elvis and shit, hanging around with 14-year-old girls. But we got a problem. We got a problem. Because you got folks so in love with rappers now that even when the rapper says the crazy shit out of their own mouth, they're going to defend it to their dying day.
But I mean, the thing is, we've been private because for years and years, it was, killing it fine, poisoning your own community, aka drug dealing, all that's fine. So now, what's mocking somebody's
Listen to this fucking trauma guy. Dylan, did Baca do time, yes or no? And secondly, if the charges were dropped, why didn't Drake say so then? He was addressing all this other thing. If the charges got dropped, why did Drake stay far away from the Baca thing?
You idiot. You didn't even check Baca's case. He wasn't...
Why didn't she testify?
Why didn't she testify? Man.
You really do not understand what happens to people in those circumstances. You've never sat on the other side of it.
He might. Look, I'm not holding back for nobody. He might know. And he might be amenable to Drake's situation because maybe he has the same mentality. But that might explain a lot of shit.
It's extremely difficult. I've seen
that's
it
pretty curious to me,
bro. Horrible things happen to women. And then the idea of having to go to court and having to tell all of that in front of a group of people, and which there's going to be a bunch of men, possibly the judge is a man. And secondly,
disgusting.
A lot of times those things you have to. There's so much proof that has to come out by it.
Disgusting.
I had a friend that went and she was sitting at a bar. She ended up hanging out with this guy. The guy drugged her drink, dragged her out of there. She didn't wake up till the next morning. He was laughing at her when she woke up, and then went in and abused her again. And she talked to the security guard at the front and said, "Hey, didn't you see him leave with me?" And they said, "Yeah, but there's not really anything that can that can be done."
These people
and she had to eat that. Then they said, "Well, you know what? You could try to go to court, but it's unlikely anything's going to happen because
that man."
It's because of people like this. Like people that would just dismiss it.
It wasn't children. And
He's the reason why they don't bring it up.
And she didn't know if she could survive it.
Think about it. If you're on a jury.
That's why she didn't go to court.
If you're on a jury, right? People that was, it wasn't children. Or the people that are defending Drake like this. If I fly someone out as sex trafficking. If you're on a jury, how are you gonna present over that case? When you hear that happens to a woman, in that situation, how are you gonna put out that case?
Listen, man. Listen. This is an important lesson. This is an important lesson for you to understand. There are people that will defend evil to their dying day because if they condemn the evil in their hero, they're gonna have to condemn the evil in themselves. Yup. This shit is unnatural. The defense of a fucking convicted sex trafficker, that's not natural. And Vic, honestly, Vic, I don't know what Jesus you serve, but the Jesus I serve said if you corrupt a child, you should kill yourself. Don't you remember that?
Where
Anyone that causes one of these little ones that believe in me to stumble, it'd be better that you tie a millstone around your neck and throw yourself into the bottom of the sea. But your man Drake would say to Jesus, whoa, Yeshua, you're being a little bit aggressive and obsessive about this stuff. What do you mean kill yourself if you hurt a child? But here you come.
Right,
man,
exactly. Especially if you're rich.
The Lord,
especially if you're rich, they could kill you or...
what a ridiculous thing to say. Why didn't the witness testify? She's going to go up against a billionaire and all of his high-powered lawyers and the little gangsters he's got in his little man.
And again, as I said, the reason my friend wasn't going to testify is because she mentally couldn't handle it after all the abuse that she had been through, and she was already on the brink of suicide. So she said, if I go and I testify and I have to say all this stuff over again and relive it, she couldn't even sleep because in her dreams it was happening again.
But again,
like she was so much mental duress. But here you come.
Oh,
saying because the person didn't testify. What? Do you not know anything about what
I'm
happens?
glad this conversation is happening, because this is the reason that people like Drake and these other child molesting motherfuckers get away with all this shit. And listen, Vic, let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something. I was working with the FBI in the sex crimes trauma unit. Me and my friend, we were working in downtown Lewiston, Maine, and we have a sex trafficking problem. And on top of that, we also have a minor attracted person problem in our area. And me and our boy were sitting down getting briefed by this guy, and the guy said, "You guys really going to engage in this? This is dangerous shit now. We can't protect you." The second thing they said was, "You guys around a church?" He said, "You know the number one place that these child molesters go is churches?"
That's right.
Now, Dylan, Vic, you listen. The number one place these child molesters go to is churches.
Vic, your dismissive attitude of Baca's case is not Christian at all.
Yeah, no, hold on. We're gonna deal with this because he doesn't understand, because it's clear that Vic has never worked in this kind of a ministry. I'm trying to help you, Vic. These people that do this to children, that is their attitude. They trivialize it and they act like nothing is wrong. And the reason that people like that get to thrive, especially in churches, is because we have this bullshit idea. I could tell you before the Lord Jesus Christ, people in the streets were coming up to us saying, "Thank you so much for creating a place where pedophiles don't get to hang out." And there was one specific pedophile, Vic. I'm telling you this story for you because you got a really weird idea about Jesus. Your Jesus, I don't know where he's from. But Vic, we had an individual who popped on the list on the registry. And it wasn't one of those situations where the girl was 17 and he was 20. It was one of the situations where the girl was 12 and he was 36. And this motherfucker wanted to come inside of our church, but our church...
And it was also the class that the person is unconscious when it's happening.
Correct. So he wanted to come to our church. Our church didn't have a youth group because it was literally a converted bar with stripper poles, all type of shit. So I said, "Man," I said, "Bro, you can't be here with these kids, bro." I said, "But what I will do is we'll go to your place and we'll do bread and wine and we'll sing all 9 yards." He had no interest in that. You know what he did? He went to the church up the road. I told the people up the road, "This motherfucker, here's data." You know what those people did? They didn't do nothing. They brought that boy in there because they were being all Christ-like and nice and shit. One of the pastors went up and preached a little subliminal sermon attacking me, all type of shit. You know what happened 2 weeks later? They found that motherfucker in a children's library with a 6-year-old girl, and then they summarily pushed him out the door and acted like he was never there.
And never told the parents.
That's you. I'm not that person, man. You're that type of person. God bless you. But I will preach the gospel to you on your way to execution.
And what makes you think Jesus wouldn't say nigga? The only reason why he wouldn't say that is because it's bad strategically.
Okay, listen. Here's Vic. Okay, this is what we have. Vic is finding every way possible to exonerate Drake. Drake is mocking a person getting child molested. He's mocking a wife getting beaten. Blah, blah, blah. And then he comes back. Jesus wouldn't say nigga. Man.
Okay, Drake. The reason why Jesus wouldn't say
unbelievable
shit is because you're supposed to say words that tear people down. Your dismissive attitude to those women are tearing them down. You should apologize. I'm not saying you have to come out in the comment section, whatever, but you should apologize to her, at least in your spirit, and talk to God. Because this is right now.
Dylan, I'm done with you and your friend, man.
Secondly,
honestly,
Paul used the word
both of you. I don't
or whatever, which means shit.
Yeah. Scuba. Yeah. Vic, the word is scubalon. It means shit, and it's in the book of Philippians from the Apostle Paul.
Paul said it.
But
the Bible wasn't written in English.
But you want to strain it in that. We're talking about a person destroying lives.
I know.
Jesus wouldn't say nigga, man.
He ate and drank.
I know like to play devil's advocate, but
this is he's not playing devil's advocate. He's a worshiper, Drake, and he's probably got some strange things himself.
Which is what
Address
I
the
said
fact
to
that you
begin with.
misunderstood the aggressive line. He said his fans are acting like Kendrick's rhymes are so aggressive. No. I didn't misinterpret anything. That was all in the complex of him saying that Kendrick was molested and he needs love and all the rest of it, man.
No
Get out of here, bro.
coincidence. No, like
this nigga Vic tripping, man. He's wilding out. Look, listen. I dealt with those people, and I dealt with the Bible. Deal with the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
The Jesus you have is not the Jesus of the Bible, man.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something. He's gonna cut Drake's throat if he doesn't repent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where you're from. The Jesus I worship, he takes people out all the time. He sent them Romans in there to fuck those people up in 70 AD. He sent them Babylonians in there. Then he sent the Assyrians to fuck with the Babylonians.
Didn't he set up Jezebel's wife to get killed?
Jezebel's wife.
See, Dylan.
Husband.
Dylan. See, Dylan doesn't
I
know
forgot
me.
his name.
Dylan doesn't know me. Dylan, when I'm wrong, I shoot entire videos detailing where I was wrong.
Yeah.
I shoot entire videos.
I think I've already proven to myself that there's no shame in
nobody
being
here
wrong.
has a problem. My son, even though I disagree with him, said, yeah, until I get the, whatever. So you got the wrong people here. I know you don't know us, but no, you're defending a pedophile, and it makes you look weird. I'm not gonna lie to you. You look weird. You and Vic, you guys look weird. You're weird. Okay, Dylan, all right, I misunderstood the aggressive line. That's okay. Did I misunderstand a line where he was mocking the dude for getting molested as a child? Can you answer that question?
Yeah, why are you dodging that?
Did he mock the kid for getting molested or no? Is it a yes or no question? Unbelievable. Mother I Sober is a song Kendrick's mom was sexually assaulted and pushed her trauma onto Kendrick and thought that his cousin sexually assaulted Kendrick, etc., etc., etc. Dylan,
wow.
look at see, this is how I know that Dylan is a dishonest actor, and you're probably more of a Drake fan than I realized. He didn't get molested. That's not what I said. What I asked you was, in the song, did he mock him for being molested, yes or no? That's what I asked you. But you know that he did, so instead of answering directly, you're going to say he didn't get molested because you know the truth, and now you've exposed yourself. You're a defender of a pedophile, and I don't know why.
Bro,
but I have my suspicions.
You're a little patches the price to Drake, to Diddy, to Dan Schefter. That applies to all the people that are being called out right now. What is that? Why are you putting these passages that go against your boy? Are you like
unbelievable?
Is it two personalities?
Tony, we're not talking about accusations. Drake's guy went to prison for it. Mm-hmm. He didn't go to prison for allegations. He went to prison for crime. Secondly, you got the black kid wrong. This is Johan, not Dorian.
I would say that
he should.
Same race.
Kendrick said Drake should die. Yes, a lot of people feel that way about child molesters, including Jesus of Nazareth. I just quoted it to you. You want me to quote it again? Jesus said, if you cause one of these little ones to believe in me to stumble, you should tie a millstone around your neck and throw yourself into the bottom of the sea. So when Kendrick said he should die, he's quoting Jesus.
Yeah. If Kendrick is actually a pedophile, I'm not gonna say he should die yeah, he should die. Yeah,
he should die.
Absolutely.
He should absolutely die. For sure.
I mean, but do you disagree with that?
Of course he does. He's a Drake fan. He doesn't think the shit that Drake said was that bad because it's hip hop. So, whatever.
And he's dodged the question again. Okay.
All right.
Oh, okay. No, I mean, you're good, Tony.
Well, again, Tony, Drake's friends have actually been convicted for violating women and trafficking them across the country. Mm-hmm. And he celebrated when this man got released from jail and immediately put him back in his entourage. An entourage in which thousands of women are going to be funneled to this guy because of who Drake is. Okay? So, stop it.
Yeah, that's true. And we have the pills.
And look.
The roofie pills.
Guys, listen very closely. When you are in a certain subculture for long enough, you don't understand how people outside of your sick subculture view things. So you guys are saying shit online that is fucking crazy. Why didn't the woman testify? Holy shit.
Dylan, you're saying when Drake says anything against Kendrick, it's just allegations to you. But Kendrick says Drake is a child molester, and you are automatically taking him for his word. Dylan, we've already said this a bunch of times, but for some reason, you're not listening. We did not say that until Drake dropped his own track, and from his own words, we got, hold on a second. Why is he bringing up something that happened to Kendrick as a child?
Why does he sound like the people?
He sounds like a pedophile.
Why does he?
Because we worked with them.
Exactly.
Why is he executively producing a show that hypersexualizes minors?
And has positive episodes of adult child sex. There's some problems here, man.
Yeah.
There's some problems.
And again, I think he is, but I'm not gonna make that definitive statement. But he is. He's not.
Keep the family away.
Yeah.
Keep the family away.
Yeah, because
and honestly,
you keep feeling away from risk. He's
honestly,
absolutely
this goes to everybody. If you got somebody in your life and they're cool, they're reacting to this song the way these people are reacting to this song, man, you better keep your kids, man. You better keep your kids away from them people.
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying that these guys would directly do it, but they'll definitely be around people that will do it to your kid. And then when you go to court, they're going to say this dumb shit. They're going to say all this dumb shit like what these people are saying out here. You got to know who you're around, people. Yeah. You got to know who you're around, and you got to know who your kids are around, man. That's one of the reasons I homeschool, man.
Proverbs 18:5. It is not good to be partial to the wicked or to deprive the righteous of justice.
Right.
And partial to the wicked.
Nobody's saying
you're being partial to the wicked.
Nobody's even saying that Kendrick didn't do that stuff with his wife. We don't
never
know.
said that.
There's no proof.
And what I said was obviously they fixed it, whatever it was, because
if it
she's behind him and the mom's behind him.
If it happened.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Euphoria, man. That shit.
Euphoria.
It's grimy, man. It's grimy. It's a pedophile's dream. Remember when I was watching, I was like, this is a pedophile's fucking dream, this show.
And he made that.
And he made it.
He made a pedophile's dream. What does that tell you about him? Oh, man. That tells about him that he is, I think at some level, a pedophile. Maybe he hasn't acted on it, but that tells me that maybe you have some thoughts, you have some fantasies. I mean, how could you say you don't have fantasies when you at that? Like, I'm not saying he did anything, but that's from a very disturbed mind that I think thinks about that and fantasizes about that at the very least.
Man, this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. But look, we got 123 people in the room.
You don't need to watch it.
There's only two people defending this bullshit, which means there's only 1% of us in the population that think like this.
And you can ask anybody. They'll all tell you it's hypersexualized. You don't need to watch it.
We're in good shape. I'm okay. I'm good with these ratios. We got 123 people, and only 2 people are trying to defend this dude. So we're in good shape.
I'm curious how academics is going to respond to this, because he's a massive Drake supporter. So if he responds as like Vic and Dylan.
No, Dylan. We've said a bunch of times.
No. This is Dylan trying to get the pressure off of himself. Everybody knows. I already said I grew up watching my mom get attacked, watching my brother having to defend my mom. I already talked about that. I don't know when Dylan came into the thing. Dylan's never worked with anybody that had to go through this thing, so he has no empathy for these women and these girls, man. And look,
nobody's going after this.
This is why I keep telling you guys, man. You guys got to stop with this porn, bro, because a lot of you guys, your minds are becoming. Your minds are degenerating because of this shit. That's why in Minnesota, they literally declared a state of emergency with pornography in Minnesota.
And I think Houston made it so like you had to put actual verification in to limit it to minors, which is a blessing to all the children in Houston.
Yeah.
Shout out, who's the governor of Houston? Then we need to
let
the religious immediately.
Let that righteous white woman talk, Vic. I'm trying not to let her talk, because if she says what's really in her mind, you'd leave this channel and never come back. You have no idea about this woman. You think I'm bad. As I said, Vic, we actually were in the gutter working with people who were on the other side of your friend Drake's...
I don't know if you remember, Vic.
Whatever.
But I'm the one at the beginning that was questioning you for what you were saying. They were on your side.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I had you pegged from deep.
Yeah. You don't want to hear from her.
You were right about that.
I didn't hear from her. She got women's intuition.
Ooh, I didn't. Oh, there's
you listen. You did this with the wrong group of people, bro. We worked with these people. We worked with them.
Yeah, exactly.
And we worked with the traffickers too.
Yeah.
And they sound like your buddy. You know what else they sound like? They sound like y'all too. Oh well, then how come she didn't testify? That's what they say all the time.
Bro. I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with it, but
don't even address that.
it doesn't even matter. Anyway, also, again, to Dylan, when you come up here and you treat Drake's words as gospel, let's do the same thing with Kendrick. Let's do the same thing with Kendrick. You're defending, if I'm defending a domestic violence, whatever, then you're defending a pedophile and a sex trafficker. So again, can we stop playing this game? Because if you want to take Drake's words as gospel, you have to do the same thing with Kendrick. It's a blessing to you that we're not treating what Drake said seriously, because we have to do the same thing with Kendrick, and you don't want that, buddy. You don't want that.
I think these two dudes and Drake were bar mitzvahed by the same butt plug connoisseur, Rabbi Shmuley. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, your blood pressure's gone up. Yeah, anybody that loves kids and loves women, your blood pressure's going to go up. And yeah, I did deal with domestic violence down there, bro. For sure. I did. Mm-hmm. I did. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I saw it in my own life. I grew up watching it my entire life. I've lived through all this shit. Oh, we got Dylan. Here comes the anti-Semitism. Here we go. Oh, because he talked about butt plug Rabbi Shmuley. Mm-hmm. Rabbi Shmuley sells butt plugs with his daughter. But you probably don't think that's weird either.
It's anti-Semitism to tell the truth.
You don't think that's weird. I guarantee you he doesn't think it's weird that a dad and his daughter are selling butt plugs together. I promise you he doesn't
what
think
about the podcast?
He doesn't. I guarantee you. Is it appropriate for a man, especially a man of the cloth, to be selling butt plugs with his daughter? It's a yes or no question. That's all I need to know.
And to hop on the podcast and talk about
Jesus
and talk about that topic. Jesus. Come on now.
Help us, Lord.
And Vic, you sound like I'm not gonna say that.
Paul, I'm not sure why you put that verse out there.
Okay.
This isn't church.
Vic, now, this is the last thing we're going to hear from Vic because he's going to get blocked from the channel. But you can see here, we only have two people defending Loverboy Drake and his child molesting crew, right? We have Dylan, and then we have Vic. Her eyes is piercing, and she just turned red in the face. Very interesting. She needs her own channel. I like when she got mad. You see how this guy is? Talking this way about my wife right in front of me.
And what was she mad about?
You see, this guy has no barriers at all for any sort of sexual integrity. He's out right here doing this. And he's one of the two people defending Drake. Do what you will with that, dear listener.
She was mad about...
Do what you will with that.
She was mad about sexual assault and her own friends.
Yeah.
So for you to...
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you're planning to get off to it, but if you do... Then you're very disgusting.
Now I'm not mad at Vic because Vic is the type of, this is as close as you're gonna come to a woman like this, Vic. I understand that. Probably a little bit open. But listen, if you would just stop with the porn and get outside and do some push-ups and fucking run around, I promise you'd run into a woman. You ain't gotta put, women don't have to be in a situation where they cannot resist you. And it's clear that that's what's in your head because you can't even contain yourself and talk about another man's wife.
Vic,
you're a sexual pervert, and that's why you're out here defending this dude.
Vic,
and you have the fucking nerve to bring up the Lord Jesus. He's going to kill you, bro.
Vic,
you're going to die, Vic, for sure.
If you are a Christian, listen to the Holy Spirit talking to you right now. Call out to him because I'd say you're in a lot of trouble. And you should talk to some spirits that are actually there to help you and not destroy you.
Yeah. Man, but the reason I kept these pedo adjacent people in the discussion is because I need people to
hold the mirror up to them.
I need people to understand this shit is dangerous. Be aware of who your children are around.
Yeah.
And when you see people defending this shit, mark those people.
Because
mark them.
And mark their friends.
And mark their friends and their enablers and supporters.
The danger that they do to you, that they'll do to your child, is irreversible. You can't ever fix that. You can't ever fix a situation like that. Mm-hmm. And they can end up killing themselves. So don't play around with that shit. Don't play around with that shit.
Yep. The fact that you won't condemn Kendrick for beating his wife is very telling. Dylan, you brought up R. Kelly. I asked you to provide data. The data you provided was a complete misrepresentation of what happened. I don't think that you lied. I just think that you're ignorant and you're trying your best to support your man.
But Dylan.
Okay? But you got to do a little bit more research. Dylan, we have court documents about your friend and his sex trafficking forays, and we know that he's an enabler of sex trafficking.
Well, Hallis, that's not true. There is some proof that he is a pedophile. He made a whole show that was a pedophile stream. So we can't just say there's no proof.
It's called circumstantial evidence. It's what it's called.
So it's not there's no proof. There's circumstantial evidence, there's no circumstantial.
Okay. So we're done with Vic, but Dylan, we're talking about Kendrick beating his wife. Address it. Stop ducking the question. Dylan, Dylan, this is the 5th time I'm going to say this. Dylan, I grew up watching my mother go through domestic violence. I grew up watching my brother get a bat when he was 50 pounds soaking wet to defend her. She's been there when I have went to defend women in real time.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Now I know the type of dude you are. You'd have stayed in your fucking car in that parking lot, my boy.
And he's raised sons that have been raised to go in multiple times to defend women, and it wasn't me that was doing that shit.
Okay,
so give him credit.
Okay, so my family has actually put themselves in harm's way to defend women. We don't just talk.
And his
shit.
own sons that he raised.
You are going on the word of Kendrick's accuser. Kendrick's mother, the girl's mom, and the girl's brother support Kendrick. What I said was, these things may happen in a relationship, and sometimes you can work past it. That's why I brought up Ray Rice. So you're lying when you say that I will not condemn him beating his wife. If he actually did that, then it's absolutely condemnatory. But as a Christian, Dylan, here's what happens. All of us are sinners. We all sin. What we have to do is not deny it, but say back to God that we're wrong and he's right, and then he brings us on the road to recovery. Jesus says, okay, I'm going to die for that sin. Let's use Kendrick. Kendrick, if you beat your wife, I died for that sin. Now I'm going to give you the Holy Spirit to empower you to deal with those issues that created that situation. That's what I said. Your friend Drake is out here denying shit, and he's out here trivializing people who are obsessed in his mind with the sexual integrity of children. Okay?
Or their own trauma.
Stop saying that. Deal with the argument directly. Thank you. We have paperwork on your friend Drake and his posse. Get me the paperwork for this guy. Please. I'm open to it.
I mean, like, you're ducking our questions about Drake.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That's...
Yeah.
And the other thing is, like...
He's getting shy because Vic completely exposed himself, and he doesn't want to expose himself.
Dylan, just, you know, there's 2 things you could do. There's 1, you could not post anymore, and 2, you could say, fuck Drake, whatever, but there's still, you know, still go after Kendrick. But you're not even denouncing Drake. You won't even condemn Drake. So when you do that...
and I don't care about Kendrick Lamar. Like, I don't have any affinity for Kendrick Lamar. I couldn't tell you the name of one of his albums. I thought that it was gonna be, you know, Drake when he did Back to Back. That was like one of the first rap songs I taught you.
You're right, Tony. You're right.
That's one of the first rap songs I taught her was Back to Back. We loved it. Trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers. You get by singing it. Not the type of nigga that writes me. Shout out to all my boss bitches, right, nigga? What do you mean? We loved it. We loved Drake.
Even on top of that, though, like, what was it? Obama remixed it. It had a better verse anyway.
This man said, shout out to all my boss bitches, wife and nigga. So
right wingers to
Dylan.
They're getting by left wingers. The kind of dude. Besides Clinton, she's about to trump you.
Oh, yeah. So, like, look, bro, man. All I'm saying, guys, I kept this discussion going a little bit longer because you guys got to understand it's a dangerous world out there, and there are pedophiles in the world. Now, as I said, we had 150 people in here. We only had 1-2 people trying to defend this bullshit.
Yeah.
And those are the ratios. Those people are 1% of society. And like some of you all are news. You're like, holy shit, he's going Ginsu on this guy. But look, man, there's certain things, man, where it's like, we got to have a line, y'all.
Yeah, the last time
there's got to be a line.
The last time I heard somebody saying something similar, they're in jail now for molesting someone in their family.
Wow. Also,
I didn't know if you were going there, but yeah.
Kyle, apparently Drake was, there's a picture of Drake kissing Kylie Jenner at her 16th birthday.
He was kissing her on the cheek. I mean, I was a little uncomfortable with how
you saw
close
it?
he was
We
doing it,
we
but
turn up tables in this place. Correct,
Right.
Myron Scott. See, Myron Scott's my elder, but he's a Christian. He knows Jesus.
Because he was turning tables for just scam people out of
right
money.
here, Johan.
Oh.
I'm
And she
uncomfortable
looks-
with how close he is up on her like
She
that.
looks pretty uncomfortable too.
Yeah, give me that. Give me that picture.
I'm uncomfortable with it too,
Give me
but
that
I just,
picture.
you know.
Yeah, we turn tables up in this place, boy.
Because there's
We
a
turn
time.
tables in this place.
There's a time for money. There's a time for laughter, and there's a time to fucking get serious.
Listen, Dylan. Here's something, bro. If you're in the hood with me, right? Me and you in the hood, and I got some beef with. Let's say I got some beef with the dudes in the valley, right? I say, yo, Dylan, here's what we're gonna do, bro. I'm gonna get my 30-30.
You see this?
And we're good. I'm gonna get my 30-30, and we're gonna find that boy. Here's what I need you to do. I need you to drive this car, okay? And when I'm done, I need you to drive me back. Guess what happens when the cops pull us over and everything happened? Guess what happens? You know what happens? I get the exact same sentence as you, or you get the exact same sentence as me. Why? It's called accessory to murder. Because the law says if you support somebody in any significant way in their criminal enterprise, you are guilty. And your man Baca has already confessed and done time for being a sex trafficker, and Jake celebrated his release. This man has never publicly said, I was wrong, I shouldn't have done that. And on top of that, Drake knows. We, because of what we do, we've been backstage with very famous bands, very big bands.
Yep.
We see it.
Yep.
So stop. This is not a game. This is not about your favorite rapper, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. This is about people actually being fucking destroyed, man. So, look, bro, like I said, the rest of you should be happy. We had 155 people in here. We only had one person advocating, two people advocating for the child molestation thing. And you're okay. You're okay with your friend Drake being an enabler of sex traffickers. And it's you're okay with that.
It's two people that are online. Fuck
out of here.
They're anonymous. So this is like the online is like the worst of humanity you're gonna get. One, because there's certain people that are online, call stuff, whatever. So this is not a representation of real life. This is already worse than would be.
He's got the same attitude as Drake. This family's coping hard. LMAO. Right.
What?
It's a laughing matter to talk about pedophilia with these people. They think it's funny. This is what I'm saying.
And also,
this is what he's been in his crazy subculture so long. He doesn't even see how crazy he looks.
None of us are even
out
massive.
Of the mouth does the heart speak.
It's the same thing that Drake did. He said, man, you're being too aggressive about
Right.
this child stuff.
He
just continuing to expose himself.
None of us are like actual Kendrick fans. Like, my favorite rapper is Ye. Or whatever. Like, Kendrick has never been my favorite rapper. He's never been my favorite rapper.
Not at all.
And anybody that works to me has never been my favorite rapper. I've never even been a West Coast type of person.
Not at all.
So, and he doesn't know Mr. Morales is a big
I bet you anything Dylan voted for Biden. Look at this. Here goes Joe Biden. Folks, touching kids is no laughing matter.
Yeah, but you were smelling their hair.
I bet you voted for Biden too. Here sniffing Biden. Man, these are some of the worst people. These are the worst human beings on the face of the earth.
This is so disappointing, honestly.
Now,
I talk a lot of shit about Canada.
Look, see, Yay the Nazi. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
So we know
okay.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay. You know.
Okay.
And it's man. Whoo!
It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time.
We got Drake, we got Shmooly.
Ye's a Nazi.
Damn.
But Drake is not a pedophile. Come on now. Mr. Okay, by the way, people are saying that Ye was saying I love Hitler. He also said that he loved
Balenciaga.
He also said he loved the person that was responsible for his mom dying.
Yeah.
He also said he loved that in the same interview within 2 minutes. You guys took that shit out. You cut that out of fucking context. So when he said that, you only took you heard him say I love that. I looked at him like, wow, this is a really mature person. You go around turn that he said is anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
Fuck y'all.
You're dealing with people who do not believe they should ever be confronted about anything. And that's why Dylan is so lackadaisical. Like, back in the day, like, when we were dealing with them people, they would, like, try to code all the shit that they were saying. Mm-hmm. But now, because of people like Puff and Drake and Shmooly,
right?
Now you got these people who have obvious mental health issues who are now publicly defending shit and laughing at the pain of people who are molested.
Yeah, what the
and
fuck?
Truly, they don't see it. They don't see it. This kid's got to be porn addicted, all the rest of it. You don't get that kind of sexual deviance without really fucking up your mind over a protracted period of time. The guy they need some help. He needs help.
Everybody needs Jesus, but I think right now, this moment, like you need Jesus a lot right now.
All right, let's pray for Dylan and then peace out. Go ahead.
Dylan, Jesus, I pray that you help Dylan, you take him out of this fog, and that you're able to provide everyone in this chat some wisdom, and you show yourself to them. In Jesus' name, amen.
God, thank you so much for all the people here. Thank you for Dylan and Vic. God, I pray that you convict them of their sin and that you would bring them to quick and hasty repentance. God, protect everybody in this room against my silliness, whatever it was, because I don't even know myself well enough to know what was silly and what wasn't. Give grace to everybody in this room, but God, let your judgment be known against anybody that would harm a child, whether in the womb, in Gaza, or at a concert, God. We pray that you would rise up and defend these children. And God, if Drake is really doing all that shit, kill him or get him to repent. Do something dramatic so that people who are afflicted with this disease, God, can find some hope or find a warning. In Jesus' name.
God, I pray for all the people in the chat that heard this and have been traumatized in the past, and this drummed up feelings and memories and situations that are making it hard for them to cope. I pray, God, that your spirit would protect them and that your spirit would bring them comfort, and that they would be able to find healing in your name for all of those things that happen to them. God, I pray against the evil voices that were in this chat that was speaking against the help and speaking against what we were trying to do. God, I pray in the name of Jesus, God, that you would move on those people, God, that deep conviction would fall on them, and God, that they would be found in the place of repentance, not in the place of mocking those who have been victims. God, I pray that you would be merciful to them, and that you would give them time to repent, and that their hearts truly would find repentance. God, I thank you that you've put us here, that you gave us this channel, so you gave us these friends, and that you gave us these listeners, and that this conversation is had, God, because I know that your heart is angry against anyone who harms children, anyone who has intention to harm children, or anyone who embeds or helps out other people or protects people that harm children. God, I pray for the children. I pray for anyone involved in these situations, and God, I just thank you that that you've brought Johan here to have this conversation with us, and that we were able to see his heart and his anger toward these things as well. So generationally, gender-wise, we were reaching all these different places, God, that there are people in all of these different places that are angry also about injustice and hateful things that are done toward children. God, I just pray that you would just be with this channel, God, be with our listeners, and protect us all and give us wisdom.
God, I pray for Kendrick specifically, God. You know what happened. I don't know what happened, and none of us in this room knows what happened, but God, you know. God, even if he's not guilty of beating his wife, we know he's guilty of millions of sins, because all of us are sinners, God. So God, I pray that you would really move on Kendrick. He uses a lot of imagery with you, crown of thorns and things like that, God, and he does talk about teaching your children about God. I pray that you would increase that in his life and give him repentance where he needs to be a better father, a better husband. God, we know that not being a wife beater is not the standard. He's to love her as Christ loved the church. And so, God, I pray that you would give him a fresh vision about his family, God. We know that he's very conscious and aware of things, God, and I just pray that you would guide his path and direct his steps, and that you continue to protect this man and use his voice. He's been very open about his life, and maybe if he did do those things, we could hear a song about how to get through this, and he could teach us all how to save relationships that look dead. But bless Kendrick, God, bless his family, bless his wife, bless his children, and God, please protect the children in Gaza.
Grace and peace to our listeners.
In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, we love you all. It may not look like it sometimes, but believe us, we do love y'all. And the scripture says, love does not rejoice in evil, but it rejoices in the truth.
Right. And every single person is an image bearer of God.
Every single person.
Every single human being.
Yep. So much love to all you beautiful people. Watch your kids, man. Protect your kids. Know who you're around. Use the reactions to this as a sounding board. It'll get you a lot of really good stuff. I prayed for Drake too, and I'm an atheist. There you go. You know what? It counts, bro. I promise you. I know the man. It counts. It counts. Anything you aim Godward, even if there's 99.9999% doubt, if there's 1% truth, it's over with. Oh yeah. Johan is our wisdom for sure. He's definitely the wisdom in this house for sure.
But it's because of these two and my other parent that I've been exposed to God and the wisdom. These are very wise people, and so is Emil, and so is my mother. So, maybe they didn't create me, like, as far as, like, who I am right now, but they definitely played part in it, and their wisdom and whatever has helped me to see stuff more clearly. And he even told me to pray before I got on here, because I watched what I say. I don't know what I would have done if I hadn't prayed, and how purposeful I am with my words also has to do with because of them. So, that's the perks of being in a good family, or being a present father, being a present mother, because you get to see your kids like this and you get to be proud of them. So, be there for your kids. They might just surprise you, and that's for sure.
I'm very proud of you both. Unbelievable. I love you guys. All right.
Hopefully, Kendrick responds so you guys can see me again.
Hey! I take that serious, bro. Listen, all you guys that sub to us, listen to us, hang out. I take that shit serious, bro. For real.
Joe Biden, I don't think you want to give me my props because I don't like you very much at all. I'm not gonna get ignorant, bro. But
he's
one of
my favorite people.
Well, I know. I'm just interacting with it. So, yeah, Joe Biden, you don't want to say too many good things about me, bro.
And babe, I love that how active you are in speaking for justice, and how you don't hold back and you don't hide from the different things. You say it exactly how you feel it. And I know sometimes it's like super intense, and I love that about you. I love that you speak out for justice and righteousness, the fatherless, the widows, like all those things. Like God sees that, God loves that, and I love seeing it too.
95% of times I've done that, you've been right there. Y'all know that. You guys don't know. These two know, but you guys don't know. She's carrying me, y'all. She's carrying me. One day, I'll tell the story, but she's carrying me.
And by proxy, me too.
Yeah.
Because if he went down, that's like with the whole David Glass situation. So, yeah, shout out to her for sure.
So, it's been great, guys. It's been great. We haven't, we've seen some ugliness, but like I said, keep it in perspective. We had 160 people in here at one point, and we only had 2 people. You know what I'm saying? So, it's good.
I don't know if you're here, but Drake had to stoop so low to say, "Haha, you're molested."
Don't even.
I don't know if you saw it yet, but
just tell him to rewind it.
Yeah, just come on, man.
Okay, guys. LeBron is not the GOAT. I mean,
look at it. XBM.
Persephone, you the GOAT. Man, this boy, I said that one time. One time. And he did it so accurately, too, because I said you were carrying me, so, Like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're also on Rumble. We're also on Twitter. Shout out to Hollis in this bitch. Shout out to Blandon in this bitch. Thank you guys very, very much. Shout out to XBM. Shout out to Joe. Shout out to Joe Biden. Joe Biden wants his. Yeah. All right. Much love, all you beautiful people. We love y'all. Man, hey, listen, man. Watch who's around your kids.
Yeah.
Keep the family safe. Say it with me. Keep the family safe. Woo! Much love to all you beautiful people. We out though. Vent out.
Sorry,